Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, so one of my viewers has asked me to go over the PTS patch notes for Elder Scrolls. And, of course, I'm going to honor that because there's a couple of things that players. I have already reviewed these patch notes. I've also have checked the forums, and we'll get into everything, the controversy, what's the purpose. We'll go over all of it as much as I possibly can in today's episode. So let's recover this. Let's cover Let's cover this. All right, 4.20. Welcome to the Elder Scrolls 4.20 and the Murkmire DLC game pack. In addition to a new zone and quest to enjoy, you'll also come across 2 new world bosses, 2 new delves, blah, 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 plus a new 4-player leaderboard arena. Okay. All right. Yo, Cal, what's up? New leaderboard. Okay. Black Rose Prison. We've also added 12 new item sets obtained from Murkmire content, new motifs, new furnishings. Okay. The base game update brings changes to Cyrodiil with destructible bridges and mile gates. Okay, we've heard about the bridges. It'll be cool. Twisted, yo, it's going good. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. It's going good. I hope you're doing good as well. In addition to refresh of rewards for the worthy item sets and exclusive new PvP collectible items. Forums are on fire, I bet. And we'll be getting into it. And once again, it's going to be like Mystic's going to say, I told you so. So not everything has come to fruition. We'll get into that too. Trust you and me. We've also introduced some improvements to the Housing Edition, blah, 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 blah. And we know everyone's excited to see you can now reorder your characters on the Character Select menu. Cool. This PTS cycle includes 2 different character templates for you to utilize depending on what you plan on testing. 1 lower level template and a high level template with all these new item sets. That's kind of weird, to be honest with you. I don't know what this is about. I'll have to check that out. That's the way it's stated. It's kind of like, whoa, wait, time out. Purchasing templates? We'll see. We can't wait to hear what you think of this latest update, which is approximately 3.1 gigabytes. Of course, because my consoles love taking all of this hard drive space. When certain games are only 3 gigs. But Elder Scrolls is taking majority. But I get it. The game's huge. The game is massive. Just put up a demo on shield stacking. You should check it out. I know. But we've got... How long have I said it? How long have I said what the problem was? How long have I said what the exploit was? And I'll explain exactly in this video why they did it. And they had no other option because I said you only have 2 courses of action to resolve the issue. Everybody who was shield stacking thought it was skill. It was never skill. It was a bug that existed in the game since the beginning. But who's always supposedly wrong, but yet everybody ends up, even the developers, listen to Mystic sooner or later. But hey, you'll hire people in who have no fucking clue about this shit. Okay, moving forward. We can't wait to hear what you think of the latest update. Please be sure to utilize the in-game feedback or bug features or post in the official discussion threads on the forums. I would love to post on the forums. Unfortunately, I can never get the access because it requires an access code. Just do yourself a favor, Zoss, and open the forums to everybody because console players have a big-time problem because code generation. Okay, just saying. Thanks and stay moist. You hear that, ladies? Nah, I'm moving on. I didn't put it. I just read it. So I'm just saying, moving on. New features, updates, big changes. Murkmire DLC game pack. There's no exploit anymore now. It's just deep breath or crushing shock, venom arrow, and every mag circus. But shouldn't a class be able to die? How long have we said a class should not be a fucking god? We've said it. Everybody here has always said Sorks are broke. I mean, it's not just the Sorks. Have you guys seen Mage Blades? Mage Blade shield stacking is just as toxic. My Magplar with shield stacking is redonkulous. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Something had to give. The only perk to the Sork versus everybody else shield stacking, it had insane burst damage on top of impenetrable shields and lost damage. I mean, come on. We knew it. We always knew it. But the thing about it is, I loved everybody when they were shield stacking and they were like, it's skill. It's not skill. It was never skill. It was damage lost. It was fairy dust. It was fucking fairy dust. So, whatever. New zone, Murkmire. This is going to be one of the largest land masses, right, guys? Since Orsinium. It's going to even be bigger than Orsinium, from my initial understanding. So this will be the largest DLC landmass to date. Not chapter. I'm not talking chapter, because Somerset is the biggest landmass chapter. DLC-wise, this is supposed to be the largest landmass DLC. So that's huge. All right, it's massive. Black Rose Prison, new item sets, new cosmetic and collectible rewards, la 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 la, Scutter Bloom and Trap Plants. I know they have to put it in here. I just don't care about it. But again, whatever. New furnishing plans, great. New achievements, awesome. Base game patch, Cyrodiil destructible bridges and mile gates, yay! Rewards for the worthy refresh. That's going to be interesting. New PvP collectibles. Yeah, sure. Character reordering. I don't know what we're going to see what the fuck that's about. Housing and editor improvements. Hey, the editor is pretty, cool. Crafting motifs. ESO Plus improvements? Boy, they want the money. Give me money, money, money. It got about that money, money, money. Mystic, honestly, watch the vid. There's me casting the shield on PTS. Every light armor mag tune is now a sitting duck. I got to. Yes. If you guys don't know, go check Twisted out. I'm telling you. So you want an Indrik. What kind of hell title is that? You should just put Indrik or something. But so you want... Champion points increase. Please stop. You don't need to do this all the time. You're going to have to, within the next year, they will have to restructure the CP system entirely based upon the diminishing value of a marginal increased point application. Please, for God's sake, Zoss, do yourself a favor and slow it down before you have to restructure your AA system. For God fucking sakes. Holy shit. Nobody's asking for an increase every update. God. They're fucking themselves in the long run with having to redo a CP system. Oh my God. Okay. Whatever. Mac Min Spec. That's a Gilliam thing. Mac Min or Maximize Min. Or that could be Mac. Like Mac PC Min Spec. That could be that. But people usually say min-max. So it's max, but that's Mac. That's definitely a Apple thing. So we'll check it out. Available templates, known issues, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, Murkmire. On this other tip, I'm not reading all this shit. Recap, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. To visit Murkmire, navigate to DLC tabs, the collection, accept the Sunken Treasure quest. Okay, this will unlock the Way Shrine leading you to Murkmire. Okay, cool. Black Rose Prison. This has to be a dungeon. When Imperial Potent Versadu Shae wanted to distant dungeon to house the most feared criminal and political prisoner of the Second Empire. He ordered a penal institution built on the coast of Black Marsh. It was named Black Rose Prison, after the ancient city, a day's march to the north. Now you can enter the dreaded Black Rose Prison and face waves of brutal enemies in an ever-escalating battle for treasure and glory. Okay, Black Rose Prison is new 4-man arena located in Murkmire. So it's an arena. Okay. I'm against shield stacking, no doubt, but even I think both changes are overkill. I'll wait till you get there, but both changes are bad for competitive nature of the class. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's an arena. The arena includes normal and challenging veteran. So it's a dungeon. It's not like, okay, so it's basically like, this is a new, friggin', Dragon Star. It's a new Dragon Star. This is a new Dragon Star type shit. Okay, yeah. There are new skill augmenting Black Rose weapons in the same fashion as Master and Maelstrom. Okay, yeah. It's a new Dragon Star. Okay, cool. Excellent. It's a new 4-man. Okay. Makes sense. Unique achievements awards are available for completing this arena, including a unique player skin. Sure, if you want it. Several titles. Sure, unique housing items. Great. What about sets or weapons or whatever? Let's hope. The veteran version of Black Rose Prison will qualify players completing it for leaderboards. I don't give a shit about that. I want to see what the sets are. It's going to drop in what? There are 12 new item sets available from a variety of sources in Murkmire. This includes 3 item sets available as drops throughout Murkmire, 3 item sets available as crafting stations. Of course, the power of 3 has to be maintained. It's a numbers thing, and cosmic number. Yeah, power of 3. Everybody knows everything in Elder Scrolls is based on the power of 3. In Murkmire, it's 6 item sets available from Black Rose Prison. Bright Throat's Boast, light. 2, Max Magicka Recovery. While you have a drink buff active, your Max Magicka is increased by 2,000 and Max Recovery by 150. Say hello to the Bone Pirate version for Magicka. Cool. Yeah, cool. Dead Water's Guile, medium. Weapon damage, max health, max stamina. When an enemy dies within 2 seconds of being damaged by you, gain 5 ultimate. Garbage. This wouldn't be so bad for PvP if they would put a critical value or a penetrating value here. No PvPer is going to use this. No PvEer is going to use it. Because the max health is like, okay, you got a little bit of extra survivability, but that's a controlled effect. Nobody wants to see that in a medium armor set, max health. Nobody, and especially when the 5th piece is questionable. You could stack this effect with the 2H from Asylum. So the 2H Asylum with this bonus would be ideal for like a blade build, but honestly, that max health, I don't know about that. But heads up, if you want to stack up the effect, 2H with this set would be a really good structure for ulti gain, especially with in-cap. Just saying. Champion of the Hist, heavy, weapon damage, max stamina, gain minor heroism at all times while you're in combat, generating 1 ultimate every 1.5 seconds. This is going to be the new stamina PvP build setups for jewelry. They'll just take jewelry and weapons and gain up. Fuck the heavy. If you want to go medium, you can do that. If you want to go heavy, then you have survivability. This is more versatile in both applications. So Murkmire crafted sets. This is what I'm about. This is why Elder Scrolls has always been one of my favorite games in PvE. PvP, we've had issues, but in overall, the game has the one aspect that no other MMO delivers. Viable crafted sets. Viable crafted sets. Not junk. viable towards endgame or PvP. This is why the game, in my opinion, is above most of its competitors. It's like, you can use drop gear, but guess what? We have viable crafted gear. So let's get into it. Grave Stake Collector. Max Magicka, max stamina, max health. This sounds like a tank. Hybrids, it would be shit. Enemies you've damaged have a 10% chance to drop a grave stake for 6 seconds after they died. Touching the grave stake restores 6,500 stamina and magicka. Only one grave stake can appear at a time. What? Is this fucking real? A tank? Sustained build? Oh, fuck. Could you imagine this in Dom? On positioning? Whoa. That AoE drop, hold, recover. That's, wow. That just took perma blocking and introduced it to Battlegrounds. Fuck me. Wow. Shit. No cooldown. None. Yeah, you can only do one at a time. It doesn't fucking matter. That much recovery? That's why I love ESO 2. Crafted sets are in some cases better than drop sets. You're right. No other game does it. Nope. That's why. The competitors get beat the shit on. You could have better game combat in a game, but players want options. And unfortunately, ESO beats its fucking competitors to death because of it. This is crazy. And it's crafted. Fuck. Moving forward. Holy shit. Naga Shaman. Healing taken. Healing done. Max Magicka. Say hello to a Templar tank build. When you cast the damage shield ability, oh fuck. You gain minor vitality for 6 seconds, increasing your healing done and healing received. And it can only happen for 6 seconds? Fucking no! Goddamn no! Templar tanks will eat the shit. Does anybody ever PvP? Does anybody know what a Templar tank does? A Templar tank is the most fucking brutal fucking tank in PvP. Fuck the DK. Now you've given them a set, they're like, you aren't gonna do shit, bitch. God, son of a bitch. Mystic, you've gotten to the biggest tank sustain change yet. I know, pair these two sets together on a Templar tank. Pair these two sets together on Templar tank. Sustain, increased healing, survivability. You ain't fucking taking a Templar tank out. Oh my son of a fucking bitch. No. I hate Templar tanks. I like playing it, but I hate facing the fuckers. Oh, son of a bitch. And yes, some of these new sets are broken. Wait till you see the Magicka set. Son of a fuck. Max stamina, max Magicka, Might of the Lost Legion. Weapon damage, spell damage. After successfully blocking, gain 3 uses of Empower, increasing the damage of 3 light attacks. Some crazy fucking hybrid set that is shit. Whatever, moving on. Black Rose Prison, this is the new arena. These are the sets. Radial Uppercut. So there's imperfected and perfected versions. Okay. These are weapons. Uppercut deals 50% of its damage to 2 enemies near your primary target. So splash damage. Ugh. Physical penetration. Are you fucking out of your mind? Is this fucking real? Are they going with this real crap ass bullshit? Because this is what that's coming to. It's like these are becoming a best in slot items due to its secondary stat. How much penetration? How much? There's a discrepancy here. Son of a fuck. Gallant charge reduces the cost of shield charge by 25%. Reduces the cost of your next non-shield charge, one-handed, and shield abilities by 100. Yeah. Perfect. Physical and spell resistance. Son of a fucking bitch. God, stop that. Fucking stop it. Just reduce the 50 to 40 and put it at 50. God, man. Why has it got to be like that? Why has it got to be an extra stat? Why? Why? Fuck. Do it or else. We're going to see Stamp Templars everywhere. You're not going to move a Templar tank off their spot ever. No. Not with those two sets. Not paired. Never. It'll never happen. Everybody's like DK tank. I'm like, Templar tanks are way more burlier with their healing. There just are. Because you can't interrupt their ulti. You can't interrupt it. It's fucking, if they're hitting the ulti, all they have to do is sustain ulti, sustain ulti, sustain ulti, throw down the cleanses, purge the dots. They're fucking the most fucking crazy. What I like to call the paladin builds for Templar are gross. They are OP as fuck in the right hands. OP. Well, I guess I'm reinstalling ESO and upgrading my tank. God, the fucking paladin builds that'll be flying out of this fucking update will be redunculous. I'm telling you, God, son of a bitch. I don't like the double stat shit. I'll be fucking honest. Fucking stupid shit. Spectral Cloak. Blade Cloak grants you major protection for 3 seconds, reducing your damage taken. Who gives a fuck? Really? Wow. And stam recovery. So the only thing you're going to do is get the stam recovery and what? What the fuck? Moving on. Razor Shot. Scattered Shot applies a bleed after delay that heals 40% of your initial attack. What? Every 2 seconds for 4 seconds? Oh my son of a bitch. The duration increases if you are further away from your target to a maximum of 12 seconds. No one uses Scatter Shot in PvE. PvP, this is a nightmare bow for close range combat. This will be a fucking evasion build. Like, fuck you. Like, I'm stunning you, I'm applying a bleed, and you're fucked. Suck my dick. Sorry, getting vulgar. Can't wait till you drop, you do the drop sets. Gonna be interesting. Yeah, morning, Helly. Wow, holy fuck. Perfect Razor Shot, weapon critical. Please stop. Fucking cash in any Maelstrom item now. Please check at the door. No need to progress further with any Maelstrom, any fucking thing. Maelstrom now died with this DLC. Goodbye. Moving on. Wild Impulse. Oh, bitch. Reduce the cost of Impulse by 10%. Impulse places lingering elemental damage. What the fuck? Yeah, Scatter Shot. If Scatter Shot changed and this pairs up with that, I'm telling you, PvPers will be chasing this perfect bow. Because of this too. Stop this bullshit. This alone is ridiculous. And now you add stop with the bullshit, Zoss. For God fucking sake, stop. You have old content that players still use those weapons. You're trashing those sets. You're trashing it. So stop. Stop. Okay. Going 51k Magicka. Wait, Ice Heavy Armor Sorks might not be bad. No, right. Yeah, PvP, this is going to work PvE and PvP, this staff. The major reason being because now you're having a dot effect with the direct, right? So you have Impulse, direct, increase the damage by 10%. That's significant. Now you're applying a dot effect on top of it, and the chance to apply a status effect based on weapon type. This Wild Impulse replaces Maelstrom, unless you're trying to double effect it with a bar swap, right, for a dual staff. But given the fact that you have the Asylum staff that already does that, most people don't want to give up the back end proc effect because you'll lose on the base stat. So that's why it's kind of been finicky. So spell penetration, fucking why not? Why not? Sure. What the fuck? It's stop. Magicka. Mender's Ward. Steadfast Ward applies major vitality to your target for 3 seconds, increasing the healing taken on your target by 30%. Is that self-applied? Is this, the Arena Wet sets are going to be farmed? Yeah. Is this self-applied too? Because it says target. So I imagine the target, that includes you, by 30 fucking percent? By 30 fucking percent? Given the major? Put minor. This would have been fine with minor. You didn't have to put the major with the Steadfast Ward. PvP overkill. PvPers will eat this shit up. PvPers will be like, fuck. I'll take the Master staff and I'll run up this bitch. Or I'll proc on the like a Lich for the Inferno, and then I'll run this bitch on my Resto. And Magicka Recovery. Just fuck it. Just moving on. Oh my God. Son of a bitch. All right. New cosmetic and collectible rewards. Okay, motifs. We got motifs. Sure. Great. Scuttlebloom and Trap Plants. Murkmire's own truly hunger for adventurers, and they don't even have to be human. Hi, Kiji. What are these strange Scuttlebloom and Trap Plants? Do tell. Most likely the rest of the staff will target you as well. I'm believing it will, Sherman. Absolutely. If anybody doesn't know Sherman's Gaming, please go check out his channel also and hit subscribe and like. I really like Sherman. I play with Sherman. He's a good dude. The rest of the staff will be good for a back bar weapon or Magpars or any healer. It's even DPS, Ice. Because a lot of survive builds and PvP run, guess what? Resto Destro in PvP for survivability. So now you're automatically using what? Healing Ward. So you don't think they're going to be getting that? Holy fuck. Now I guarantee you it'll probably be even harder than Dragonstar. Dragonstar is fine. I mean, if you got a good team who knows how to do it. But the problem of it is you have a new arena that has new mechanics. And veteran modes are never yielding. So you better line up your top dogs, man. Damage in Somerset is insane. Murkmire, hold my beer. Okay. Create native plants throughout Murkmire. Certain native plants throughout Murkmire have aggressive behavior ranging from slashing leaves to poison gas. Sneaking up on these plants will let you disable them and pass them unharmed. Okay. Be on the lookout for elusive and tiny Scuttlebloom. Sneaking up on this little guy rewards you with a temporary boost to your run speed, as well as honey, alchemy grease, or very rare, a docile Scuttlebloom of your very own to place in your home. Be careful though. If they sense your presence, they will duck it. Just a blade type shit. Whatever. Furnishing plans, achievements. Cyrodiil. Destructible bridges and mile gates. Here we go. Now people are going to run Mystic's Heavy Armor Sork as a new meta. Don't say that shit. Stop. Sweet. We don't want to tell people shit. Okay. Bridges and mile gates in Cyrodiil can now be destroyed and repaired. Each of these structures have 3 pieces with several stages of destruction for each. There's an ambulance. I live like really a block away from fire station. New UI icons have been added to the map which detail the current state of these structures, much like keep status icons. That makes sense. Yeah, Cal, the new damage changes to the damage are going to make a lot of people have higher DPS, right? These structures are pre-mentally neutral and can be damaged and repaired by all alliances. Okay, makes sense. But basically, you could cut players off. Like the bridge to Elysia, destroy it. You cut them off. That's what you're doing. You take a keep, destroy the bridge. All it does is slow down the pace of PvP. New repair kits have been added. Yeah, just something else to spend and say, hey, you know what? If you want through here, better fix the fucking bridge. But then now that you got a major problem, because between EP and DC, there's not a lot of bridges. It's only between DC and AD and EP and AD. So guess who gets the advantage tactically with this new system? Automated Dominion. Because you don't give a shit about a bridge. I'm excited for the wording changes. Yeah, we'll get there. The only person who has the tactical advantage with the new bridge system is the AD. Unless they add a new water system between the DC and the EP, this is absolutely pointless. Just going to state the facts. I want the 2H from the new arena. Yeah, for blades. Nightblade Healer got a pretty big nerf too. We'll see. I'll check it out. Every time they say Nightblade Healer gets nerf, when I go on PTS and I check it out, it's not really that bad. I've heard Nightblade when they increased the cost of funnel health, everybody's like was QQing about it. It didn't really affect it much, to be honest with you, due to the hot, because it's a hot. So we'll check it out. Bridges and mile gates in Cyrodiil. Yeah, we already went. So note that repairing a bridge or a mile gate must be the other point. Does not grant alliance points. Why would it? Rewards for the Worthy refresh. In this update, we've refreshed the item sets available from Rewards for the Worthy. They now provide an item from one of the 6 all-new item sets available solely through Rewards of the Worthy males. Note, the item sets that were previously available here are still available elsewhere in Cyrodiil. Very important thing. These item drops in the style of your alliance are scaled to your level. So we have new PvP sets. Okay. That's good. Let's see if they're really PvP. Okay. Indomitable Fury. Light. All right. Let's check it out. Max Magicka. I might have to get on PTS for this shit, especially for PvP. I've been waiting for some major changes for PvP. Max Magicka. Stamina recovery. Are you Moving on. After breaking free, gain minor protection and minor heroism for 7 seconds, reducing... Moving forward. Spell Strategist Light. Max Magicka. Spell damage. When you deal damage with a light attack, you place a mark over your target for 5 seconds, granting you 500 spell damage against your marked target. This effect can occur every 4 seconds. Whoa. Everybody hits the light. If you're a PvPer, the first thing you do is open up with the light attack for the proc anyways. You always do it. Every goddamn time. Without fail. If you don't light attack proc prior to set, you're not PvPing at all anyways. And now you're giving me a set with free extra damage for the target? I mean, mind you, I have to give up something in conjunction, but it doesn't matter. A light attack is always a set. So now I'm getting 500. This is a primary new set for a PvP, all way. Everybody who runs a mag tune for PvP will run this set. This is good. This is good. And what it does is it slows down the AoE game. So it's more single target oriented for dueling or one target. But it, as a 5 seconds, lasts for 4. So it'll never lapse. You can apply this multiple times on every light attack. So, yeah. You know. I would have maybe switched it. Like, said, you know, it lasts for 4 seconds, can happen every 5, and allow a 1 second lapse to occur. Maybe. To give you the question, should I use this? Overload light attack weaving will be very powerful. Yeah, well, especially with a set like this. You add that, you know, the new weave setup with the overload. You can run a set like this, and you'll proc up with the power overload. So yeah. Battlefield Acrobat, medium. Stand recovery, not bad. Max stamina. Reduce the cost of all my abilities by 6%. Are you... Moving on. Soldier of Anguish. Okay. Weapon damage. Weapon critical. Weapon damage. When you deal damage with a melee attack, you have a 25% to traumatize your enemy, negating their next 5,500 points of healing for 4 seconds. This effect can occur every 4 seconds. Why does medium armor get fucked every time? Why? You just gave light armor like this badass set, and you're like, okay, well, guess what? You're going to reduce their healing. Sadly, that's all it will be good for. Losing the OL bar is a huge nerf to the Stam Sorc, right? Probably. I'm most likely. This, why? Like, I mean, I could see this in a few builds that, you know, is going to help, you know, maybe against the tank build that has sustain for healing, like Templars, but it doesn't apply to every you know, fight you're gonna get in. I don't understand. Like, I feel like medium armor, like Cowards. When Arenas came out, Cowards came out. I wanted to puke. Now I see this, and I want to puke. It seems like the PvE devs are favored towards Magicka. I feel that. I feel like Stam keeps getting fucked. And fucked. And fucked. I know sustain's important. I'm not saying it isn't. But Stam players are using PvE drops and not using PvP drops majority of the time. Why? Because the PvP sets for Stam suck. They fucking suck. Going on. Steadfast Hero, physical resistance, spell resistance, max health. When you cleanse a negative effect from yourself or an ally, gain extra protection for 5. Fucking anybody know what? I hate Templar tanks. Is this patch a Templar tank patch? Are they saying Templar tanks, please infest PvP? We want more Templar tanks infesting every aspect of PvP. For God's sake, stop. There's only one thing that cleanses, and that's guess what? The Templar tank. Oh, son of a bitch. No. Oh, fuck. Why would you build a tank set? Why would you build a tank set that is only effective on one type of tank? Why? Oh, God. Templar tanks are just going to be fucking everywhere. I'm crying. Son of a bitch. Moving forward. Battalion Defender. Max health, max stamina, healing done. After successfully blocking, heal yourself or a nearby group member with the lowest health for 2. I swear to God. I swear. After successfully blocking, like, what tank gives a shit about healing their party except I know what I'm using on my Templar healer. This is Templar tank. This is all Templar tank build. I feel like this is you know, another gimmick shit. It's like Templar tanks are going to be like OP as fuck this DLC. Like, they're going to be like, they're already annoying as hell. They're like, well, please, God, for God's sakes, get a PvP dev in. Somebody put a PvP dev in the fucking game. New PvP collectible. Sure. Since we're talking about PvP, let's go with it. The new Gladiator remote is acquired by combining 3 Arena Gladiator proofs available for completing conquest missions in Cyrodiil. Okay. You can use Purge and... yeah! But it's the only tank that has Purge. You could use... yeah, you can use Purge, but still. The ground one's more cost effective. The Purge is too expensive. It's too fucking expensive. If they lower the cost of Purge, I would say every tank is capable of using the set effectively. Unfortunately, the only one who's successfully able to use the cleanse at a cost efficiency is what? Templar tank. It's a gimmick. It's a fucking gimmick, man. Son of a movie. Jeez, my teases. Character reordering. Let's see what this is about. Well, Black Rose Battalion, anyone? Yeah. New Gladiator remote is acquiring by... Oh, yeah. You can now rearrange the order of your characters that are listed. To do so, simply drag and drop character fields to use clickable up and down buttons. So it's reordering the structures of your character in log. Okay. The Warden can take Magica Betty, Netch, and purge it. Yep. Dude, Spartacus. Yep. Absolutely. But is it... Wait. Is it... When you cleanse, yep. The Blue Betty, yep. Yeah. So you have two. Both have insane amount of healing too. Jeez, the block healing set is going to be crazy. Welcome back, perma block meta. Yeah. Make it bashable. That's all you have to do. If somebody's blocking, make it bashable and interruptible. Make block interruptible. If they did that, it would fix the fucking problem. It would resolve majority of the shit that they would have to deal with. Because now, guess what this does? This is a setup counter for what? Slows. It's like, okay, well now Sloats has this problem, so now we can cleanse it, and now we can make it more effective to sustain from Sloats. But the problem of it is, it's through the tank setup. But that's why they introduced Sloats. Why? To fucking get tanks down. Now a tank is basically saying, oh, no, look, I've been slowed. I'll cleanse it, and I'll get an additional healing effect with a buff. Makes fucking sense. Oh, my God. Oh, get a fucking PvP dev. Moving on. Housing and editor improvements. I guarantee Fuck Hal is going to be wrong. I guarantee you Fuck Hal's probably shitting himself, jumping up and down, saying, you just fucking gave me everything. Perma block builds in Battlegrounds now. Never's been done. No tank can sustain a perma block in a BG till fucking now. Son of a bitch. God damn. The housing editor now... Whatever. Crafting motifs. ESO plus improvements. Maybe this will calm me down. I need my blood pressure medicine. God damn it. Coming later this year on November 13th, we'll be making updates to ESO Plus to provide even more value and benefits to members. Awesome. You can read more about these upcoming benefits in this article. Don't want to at the moment, but thank you. In this PTS update, we'll be testing out several of these features, including exclusive discounts and items to purchase. Okay, I'm cool. Yeah, ESO Plus members should get a discount. I'm sorry, guys. They're paying. Note, you must have an active ESO Plus membership to add this to testing. You're not getting me to redo my shit at this moment. But nice try. And the item and discounts you see for testing purposes. Okay. In conjunction with these changes, we've made several updates to ESO Plus select a section of the Crown Store to support ESO Plus deals and exclusive offers. New ESO Plus tab to the Crown Store. New ESO Plus deals page that collects the all active deals for ESO Plus members. Okay, cool. That's what DCUO has, like deals for shit and stuff like that. Update the layout of the ESO Plus membership page. Okay, that'll be interesting. So you want an Indrik. Is that like asking if I want a blowjob? No, stop. No kid better be watching this. So, I'm just saying. Anyways, in this PTS patch, you'll begin to see glimpses of unique collectibles you'll be able to obtain exclusively in-game. That's okay. They can perma block all they want in Team Death BGs. There's DPS will be shit. Right. That's true. But in Dom, they will dominate. Glimpses of unique collectibles you'll be able to obtain exclusively in-game by participating in upcoming in-game events. Ooh. We'll be giving you a chance in-game events. That's kind of vague, but hey, man. Could we see more basically dynamic events? Is that a hint? We'll see. We'll be giving you a chance to test the entire flow in a couple of weeks, but in the meantime, here's a taste of what's to come. I'm just whatever. I'm reading. You may see hints that we started off with moist, and you know it just set me in the wrong way. Every set of the way. You know, I don't write this shit. Whatever. You may see hints of nascent Indric mounts. You'll be able to earn this mount for free exclusively in game. In short, participating in specific in-game events will earn you event tickets. You can trade in those event tickets at unique NPCs called the Impresiero. I hope I'm reading that right. For different types of Indric feathers. Once you have all 4 Indric feathers, you can perform the Indric summoning ritual. Wow. The nascent Indric can later be evolved into different adult forms. Doing so requires specific enchanted berries obtained from the Impresiaro. Involving your nascent Indric is also something you'll be able to achieve by participating in in-game events. Okay, so we have a new mount that evolves. Pokemon. Okay. Championship points increase. Stop fucking Zaw. Stop. We know. Moving on. Mac min speed. We have switched the Mac rendering from OpenGL to Molten VX Metal. Yeah. So it is a Mac. It's for the OS. For firmware. Okay. Cool. Just updates on the firmware. Okay. Cool. We have 2 new character templates available for use on PTS Cycle. First template is simply labeled Murkmire and functions much as a previous character template has, or should be whatever. This template includes boxes for all the new item sets, including the set drops in Murkmire from rewards for the worthy males. This template starts you at level 50 when max CP allowed. Second template is labeled Murkmire. Low level. Yeah, because I just want to be on PTS and just level again. Yeah. To help mirror a less experienced and less well-equipped. Yeah, no, thank you. No, I'm good. Don't know. 64 in health, heal block sets with something like Twin Sisters might be effective in BGs. At least help take health down. It's got to do something, man. I don't know if it's enough. Whew, I don't know. Siege weapons, with the exceptions of rams, can currently cause proc sets with ground target AoEs and point black AoEs to proc when hitting other siege weapons or keep pieces. This should be fixed in the next PTS patch. You cannot currently knock other players off fixtures into the water. Okay, that's that's the extent of the war. Okay, son of a bitch. Moving on. 1v1, no, but in the middle of your group, and yeah, I would agree. But yeah, there's gonna have to be focus fire. There has to be focus fire at that point. Pull abilities such as Fiery Grip or Frozen Gate may not display the crowd control immunity effects correctly after the target has been pulled to you. Okay, so it's been fixed. The precognition morph of Undo currently does not allow you to cast it while you are under the effects of certain CC effects and may display an incorrect duration of the crowd control immunity buff in your buff tracker. Okay, negate magic. And its morphs will now properly stun monsters for the full duration PvE of the area effect. Okay. The snare applied to Aspect of Terror and its morphs currently will not display the correct duration in your buff tracker when you use Break Free to remove the fear. So it's pretty much the indications. Some of the key indications have been addressed. Okay. Art Exploration itemization. Books. General. Dungeons. Quests. Animation. Crafting economy. Books. General. Quests. UI. Okay. Blah. Dungeons. March of Sacrifices. We always know they fix some shit after the next, what they find in the bugs. When is the double XP event? I have no idea. I haven't checked it out. It's Halloween. Halloween. Spartacus is the next double XP event. That's when the next one comes in play. Veteran Wisp Mother Slayer achievement now has correct icon. Combat and abilities. Here we go, boys and girls. Updated the interaction between roll dodge and projectiles. Fixed an issue where a projectile would always be dodged if a target was roll dodging at the moment the projectile was created. So basically it was always missing. So now, unless the projectile, they have to dodge at the moment then. So it has to be a timed effect to be successfully dodged. But the dodge afterwards should still be applied. Projectiles can now only be evaded if the roll dodge occurs within 1 second. See, there you go. Yep. Makes sense. So it's putting more skill to the roll dodge system, the evasion system. But the evasion's applied after the dodge. So even if you dodge evasion, what's projectiles going to do against evasion? That'll be interesting to check out in PTS. Development comment. This will help sync up roll dodge animation with the roll dodge bonus granted. Right. If you see the enemy actively dodging, they will be able to avoid your attacks. Evasion. We've coupled this with some addition changes. You can read more and cool. Visuals. Visuals is always needed in this game. Updating visuals. As far as mechanical, it's got its glitches. Updated the behavior of all damage shields. Here we go. You can now deal critical strikes against an enemy with a damage shield. Okay. All right. That. My boy Uology's probably jumping up and down and saying yes. Right? I'm cool with that. So long. We'll get into it. So yeah. People should die. I'm sorry. You shouldn't fucking be a fucking god. Get rid of these fucking little fucking exploiters. Let's put critical and let's make them really test their skills, shall we? Okay. Don't worry. We still have impen. Maybe impen. Maybe puts Sorks back in impen because prior to this, if they shield stack, they didn't need a piece of impen. A good Sork that could shield stack didn't need impen. Here, instead of taking 5k damage, take 8, bitch. You know? Okay. Your spell of physical resistance now reduces incoming damage before it's applied to your damage shield. This is good. This is a great start. Your spell and physical resistance now reduces incoming damage. Prior, right? Because the damage had to be impacted for physical and spell resistance to come off. So it's saying, literally, it's already set because of the critical value being applied. This puts the critical in check of it. That's what this is applied. Okay, we're going to allow the shields to be critted. But because of that, we're going to apply the resistance in front instead of being the damage taken. So the shield basically has a buffer to the damage applied to it. That's what it's doing, right? So relax, boys and girls. Pen is basically applied to the shield system. Okay. Got it. Thank you. I bet you no content creator figured that out either. How much you want to bet? I bet you if I go to Outcast, Fang, any of them, none of them knew what the fuck this was all about. How much you want to bet? How much you guys want to bet? Nobody knew this. How much? Don't worry. I know. Okay. Spoiler, this change makes damage shields functional more consistently with the rest of the game's mechanics. It means that damage shields are more powerful in PvE content and PvP, don't be twisted, since monsters generally don't reduce armor. Heavy armor players in particular will receive much more effective damage shields now. Yeah. This is intended to make damage shields more potent for tools for tanks. It already is. Like, what? We'll be monitoring this change. Shields are now interruptible. Yeah. Well, because you got to cast. It's the only reason. But 1 second, the only thing the shield does is not make it it fixes a couple of issues, but with the 1 second, it just makes it so it's not cancelable. It doesn't cancel out. You can't animation cancel the shield anymore. That's why. But in 1 second, you can't interrupt the shield unless you're on top of them. But if you're on top of them, you have to know, like, okay, most of the time that's not going to happen. Sorks will have to play more of a distant game. But most Sorks don't allow you on top of them. They'll streak out or move out of the way prior to applying. But if you keep on top of it, it just puts Stam in a nice position to not get bursted down so fast. And if they can stay on top of them, they have the opportunity to bash it out, like bash cancel. So the question of it is positioning. We'll be monitoring this change closely throughout the PTS cycle, and we'll make adjustments as necessary. In addition to this change, there are several other damage shield adjustments listed below. We're aware. Poison and weapon enchantments can now proc even if the damage done by the light attack, heavy attack, or weapon ability is fully absorbed by the damage shield. Whoa! Wait, hold. Poison and weapon enchantments can now proc even if the damage done by the light, heavy attack, or weapon ability is fully absorbed by a damage shield. You know what this is saying? Guess what? We knew we were losing damage to the effect of the shield system. It can be fully absorbed by the damage shield. So the damage shield will absorb the effect. That works in conjunction. Anyone know what the update's going on right now is for? Just open the game to update. Yeah, I don't know. On console, I have no idea. My Stamplar will love the 1 second cast time, right? Yeah, because you're going to close in. You're going to stay on top. Once you stay on top, you can, if you bash but you got to get the bash cancel down. And that's not an easy thing, especially if you're trying to apply effect. Bash cancel's harder than block cancel. Block cancel's not as bad. Bash cancel, you have to have bash cancel down a little bit more. Bash cancel is a lot more finicky. It's doable. I see bash cancels all the time, but yeah. Fix several issues with poisons and weapon enchantments. All poisons now correctly proc 20% of the time when on light attack, heavy attack, or weapon ability. Poison applied effects are going to be back. Poison crafting is going to be in full effect again with a 20% chance for application. That's going to bring in debuffs again. Poison procs. So poison procs now with a guarantee of 20%. The only thing you're lacking is the CC. I mean the cooldown. The CD. It's the only negative aspect. Drains are going to be back in full effect with the application applied. That's serious. That's really serious. Food and drink will now provide the correct stat bonus consumed while you have poison equipped. Oof. All weapon enchantments now correctly proc 100% of the time when not on cooldown. When any light attack, heavy attack, or weapon. So it just fixed it. Should have been done anyways. Or weapon ability proc. When dual wielding, casting a weapon ability can now proc the weapon enchantment. That should be applied on spell too, in my opinion. Not just a weapon ability. That would be nice for casters who choose to dual wield. When I'm in Werewolf, the Howling Roar, yeah, don't start with me, brother. Keep the WW out. We all know what pissed me off initially. I was in Cyrodiil, or not Cyrodiil, I was in Battlegrounds the other day with my Werewolf, hitting motherfuckers between 7 and 8, 8.5, 9K, depending on their resistance. When I hit a dude for 8.7, my roar, dude was just like, drops. I'm like, this is stupid. And people still haven't caught on. Fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. Fucking, I suck at Werewolf, and I'm kicking motherfuckers' ass with a fucking Werewolf roar. So fucking dumb. It's fucking gay as fuck. I'm not against the gay community. I'm just saying it's dumb. It's fucking, it's just, it doesn't make, just, don't get me started. Remove the baseline 100 spell and physical penetration all player characters previously had. So it just set the pen to base. Just equal. It equaled it out to reflect a true penetration value. Okay. All right. Refactored the break free ability and crowd control immunity buff to increase the consistency and reliability of these mechanics. I hope, because break free was fucking up everywhere. You could have a full fucking bar and break free will fucked it. Break free was broke as fuck. Especially when you're trying to break. When you needed it the most. Updated the skill advisory for most stamina builds to suggest the Trap Beast ability at a later level. Okay. Fixed an issue where you could add or remove abilities on your bar while you were in combat. Yeah, I wish I would have known about that bug. Fixed an issue where some movement speed bonuses were not additive with each other, resulting in very slight inconsistencies. Slight? Oh, that's an understatement. In total movement speed when they were used together. Right, it would bug up. You would say this happened more with Fang Rush than anybody. Because Fang stacks movement speeds, right? And when you see him, and you see him moving at these fast pace, he's stacking the movement speed buffs. Well, all of a sudden, he gets sprint bug because of the effect. Stacking, right? It would cause, it wasn't inconsistent. It was consistent as fuck. And you hear him scream when he was trying to get around corners. You'd be like, fuck. I was like, because he's fast. He's stacking all the time. And he does it between recovery to get in position. He's good at it, too. Damn good. Fix numerous ability tooltips for grammar, spelling, formatting, and accuracy. Okay, cool. Fixed an issue where mounting while taking dot damage would cause you to be unable to mount or weapon swap. Okay. Buffs and debuffs. Minor and major evasion. These buffs no longer grant a passive chance to dodge. Whoa, fuck. They now reduce the damage you take from area of effect abilities by 5 to 25? All abilities that previously granted minor and major evasion have been converted to this new effect? And the Blade of Cloak ability now grants major... What the fuck? What? The one thing that wasn't broken, the one thing that stand players had to keep them in competitive play against long-range casters was the evasion system. This is when you can tell somebody doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. This is not... You can tell when somebody's not a PvPer. The only aspect to the stand player was evasion system. You're going to reduce the damage? What good is reducing damage when the stand player can't get on top of them? I mean, I'm all for maybe reducing the opportunity to evade, but just, AoE effects, no direct. What's the point of the evasion system after the chance of dodge? It closes the gap. It allows stand players to be competitive against Magicka players. What? Oh, who is doing this? Are you fucking stupid? Let's see what they have to say. This change affects the ability, blur, evasion. I know what it affects. Shut the fuck up. As noted above, we spent time fixing issues with dodge, with the goal of making sure that you only dodge abilities, projectiles, when you're actually activating dodging. That's cool, but you need to reduce the cost then of dodge. If you want it to be skill-based and not chance-based, reduce the cost of dodging. Because if everybody has to keep roll dodging the effect to be countered, roll dodge is too expensive. I'm for it, your application or your idea, but it's not cost effective. So now I have to roll dodge to a fucking target to avoid, I don't know, frags and Fury. And what, are you going to make Fury just completely? Can I dodge my Fury, dodge the Fury now? I mean, can that happen? Can I dodge the Swallow Soul now? Because Swallow Soul is not dodgeable. Are you going to make every effect dodgeable now? A single target? And if so, are you reducing the cost of the dodge so it makes it sustainable? What the fuck, man? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, you need to address it. If you're going to put a mechanic like this in, you say, hey, because of this, we're going to reduce the cost of dodge roll. Now, I'm not saying by 50%. Do it by 25. 25% of a deduction would be more than acceptable. But without that, this whole system, stand players will bitch. They'll be like, I'm getting nuked before I can get on top of the target. And that's what's going to fucking happen. Because we have no shielding system on stamp tunes for a survivability. We have to throw a hot and hope we don't get nuked down in the process of chasing a mag tune down. Moving on. Only will medium armor builds be good for dodging, and they're making it seem as that. Only, I know. Seen as that. Yeah, only, right? I know what you meant. Right. But it's not enough. It's still not enough, even medium armor. It's not. The cost is it's overbearing. Especially since you can spam. So what? You roll dodge. You don't have evasion no more. So who gives a fuck? I'm casting again. I'm spamming it until I nuke you down. If I see a stamp tune, all I have to do is apply the fucking dot or the delayed effect and spam on him. He's dead. He can roll dodge. Two things are going to happen. Only two aspects is going to happen. Even in medium armor. It's the only two aspects. I'm going to spam up where he's forced to roll dodge and he's out of resources, or he gets nuked. That's the options. And for a legit PvPer, they'll know that. They'll know that. The evasion system was fine because it gave medium armor the application. Because any AoE effect, even if you evaded it, it was whatever. You don't have a shield, but shields are useless now. No one gets to mitigate damage anymore. It's okay. No, what I'm saying, CC, is evasion, right, allowed them the opportunity to come back. It gave them a little bit of a leeway to close the gap in on a mag tune, right? It gave them that opportunity. Now that opportunity's gone. It has nothing to do with the shields. Shields aren't useless. Why would shields be useless? That makes no sense. I'll be getting into that, and I'll explain why. The shield, the new shield change, they had to do it. It was bugged. It was always bugged. It was always bugged. So they had to do something to reorganize priority. I'll get into that. But what's happening here is they're taking out the evasion system completely, the chance of auto dodge. So now it's manual dodge. Well, for a mag tune, that's like, hey man, I'm gonna cause you to expend all your resources to get to me, and then when you get on top of me, what are you gonna do? Because you have no resources now. And I'm trying to make it skill based, and I applaud them for that. But at the cost of dodge, it's not effective. You have to reduce the cost if you're going to do an effect like this. You have to. It's not an option. Because if you don't, stand players will fucking get nuked. There's no option. There's just none. So that has to be addressed. Or the stand user has to gap close it, and you're going to be forced to use gap close. You have to. There's no coming back in without a gap closer. So crazy. Nuts. This is something I wouldn't. If I would have fucked with this, I would have reduced the cost of dodge totally. I would have said, okay, cool, we'll do it, but let's give them a little resource here so they can maintain better their resources. I'm cool with it, but maintain resources, man. It's like people don't think about that. And once again, PvE devs, it's a PvE dev thing. PvP devs would have said right from the get, okay, we're gonna make it skill based, but we got to do resource management. If we're gonna make it apply a counter adjustment. So. All right, so Major Expedition fixed an issue where the visual effects from this buff were only visible to the caster. Minor Brutality increased the bonus to weapon damage to 10% from 5. This is where damage is going to start being very more important in innate passives. Okay, sorry. Minor Prophecy increased the bonus spell critical strike chance from 6 to 3. Minor Savagery increased the bonus weapon critical from 6 to 3. Minor Sorcery increased the bonus damage to 10 from 5. Innate passives, everybody. Please pay attention to your innate passives this update. I don't need to check out the spoiler. We're making each class feel valued in group play. Right. Innate passives. Right. Dragon Knights. It's week 1. They will adjust as needed. They won't. Half the time, the devs don't make the adjustments, David. If you watch any content creator, that's what the bitch is about lately. We tell them what needs to be adjusted, and half the recommendations get thrown out the toilet. They just ignore it. They don't make the necessary adjustments that we recommend. They don't even take a look half the time. They just, if anything's a little OP, they'll put a little nerf bat to it. The adjustments aren't being addressed. That's the problem. That's the issue. That's what I'm like, why should I be on PTS? And that's what the question now becomes. Why are we on PTS when you're not taking the recommendations serious or making these fine adjustments to give it, the proper application it's needed? They'll fix bugs. It's more bug fixing than adjustments. So on PTS, it's just basically about fixing the bugs to make it clean, not adjusting what's necessary. Shuffle will still help out a lot. Not as much. I doubt Shuffle will even be used. Shuffle applies evasion. Evasion's only effective in AoE applied effects now. So Shuffle's going to be out of the door. People will bomb it. I will. I'll take Shuffle and I'll just be like, fuck that. If I have to manually fucking dodge, why spend the stamina on the ability that's going to only help me with what? AoE? No, I'm good. I'm good on that. No. It's junk. It takes the medium armor buff and trashes the entire thing. To be honest. Just being honest, man. Dragon Knight. Developer comp. This is what I'm saying. They need a PvP dev. They need it. They need it. Please be sure to read through all the Dragon Knight changes fully before providing feedback. Yeah, because people wouldn't flame the forums, would they? No, absolutely not. Many of the changes in this update complement each other. Ardent Flame. Lava Whip. Decrease the range of this ability in its morphs to 5 meters from 8 meters. Flame Lash. Okay, so it got an increase. Remove the stun from the lower, the Power Lash special attack. Okay, they already have CCs. They have, speed reductions and CCs. So I'm actually cool with that. I don't necessarily have to have the stun on the Power Lash. I mean, why overkill it? We want all classes to be intentional about when they land stuns on the enemy and not have it coupled with already hiring damage attacks, right? They do major changes to stuff at the second week mark of the PTS and minor changes the rest of the time, but they don't adjust a lot of stuff, Sherman. I think Feng Rush mentioned in a stream, like, they're not listening to our feedbacks. I've said it too. You know, we do submit this stuff. You know, it's being submitted. You know, we're telling them, hey man, there's a ton of players on PTS telling them, no, this you can't. It's not effective. We tell them that. We tell them this shit. They don't listen. They don't. It's everything. As long as the PvE is in check, the PvP can be made up later. That's the problem. We address it. We did it with Somerset. Somerset, we told them about Rune Prison. Every person submitted tickets about Rune Prison that was checking this out, except the players who wanted it to happen, right? Which were the Sorks and saying, oh, yeah, you gotta fucking give it to me. And we're like, hey, wait, whoa, time out. It's 5 seconds with a full max. That's stupid. No, stop. That's overkill. People were telling them that. They didn't listen. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give 2 fucking shits. It's like, listen to the people who's on your PTS. For God's sakes. It's pointless for us to do PTS if you're not making the necessary judgments to both aspects of the game. Great, PvE, it's great. You got PvE polished up to like 70%. There's a couple minor bugs and tweaks. Let's launch it. We're ready to go. Because that's where it needs to be at. But PvP, it's like, oh, well, you know, we'll address it later. We'll let it go live and see how people, you know, adapt to the changes. Adapt to fucking what? Adapt to what? We're telling you now it's broke. And you want to fix it later? That makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So, because they would like to see, even though we're checking it out, you know, oh, I know they do not listen. I was just saying from all the PTS time I have, it always happens this way. Right. Major changes, right. But it's always PvE aimed. It's to iron out the PvE game. PvP, hey, fuck you. We'll input it, we'll see how it goes, and we'll adjust it later. If we get time. Okay. Give me a PvP dev in there, for God's sakes. For God fucking sakes. That's all I'm asking. They make the money. Come on now. All right. Power Lash. The morph special attack is no longer free. Okay, that's fine. And now cost half the amount of the regular Flame Lash. So the proc, the secondary, that one, yeah. Okay, I'm cool with this. Puts ability on a par with the other. Yeah, okay, I'm cool with this with Crystal Fret. I'm cool with this. This isn't bad. This isn't a bad change. This is pretty good. We already have CCs. We don't need the stun from a Power Lash. The secondary effects should cost. Why? Because it's giving damage. Any damaging effect should have a cost. You're applying a free damage effect? No, get the fuck out of here. That should have been changed a long time ago. I'm cool with this. This is actually good. World in Ruin. This ability no longer increases the damage of poison area of effect abilities by 3 to 6. It now reduces the stamina cost of all poison abilities by 12 to 25. The flame bonus of this passive remains unchanged. Oh my god. Nerf. That's a nerf. Yeah. Poor Stam DK just got a little bit of a bag nut shot right there. Whatever. Okay. Draconic Power. The PvE reason is really strange with Rune Cage. Who uses Rune Cage in PvE? Damn devs. Right. Yeah. Oh, you know, hey man, I need this Rune Cage in PvE, so no. Makes no sense. Like I said, we know what happens. We can go there. But we give the feedback, so hey man. They just don't want to fucking listen. PvP's an afterthought. They address it just to keep the PvPers in the game. That's all they do. PTS players, you can't give a Sork a max range CC that can't be blocked or dodged. Devs, hold my beer. Yeah. It was like, we were like, come on. Come on. You don't know how it's going to be live? Of course we don't. We only PvP your fucking game. What's going to happen? Shit. Yeah. You guys won't nerf this later. The forums won't be lit the fuck up. Nah. It's skill. It's fucking skill, totally. Dragon Leap. Fixed an issue where this ability and the Take Flight morph did not improve as they ranked up. Wow. Okay. Elder Dragon. This passive ability now increases the range of all instant cast melee abilities 1 meter per rank, in addition to granting health recovery for each Draconic Power ability slotted. Okay, sure. That looks good. Looks good for DKs. This change was made to help standardize the range of all DK melee attacks. It also matches the melee light attacks. Okay, yeah. No, I like it. Spiked Armor. Hardened Armor increases the duration of the damage shield from its morph to 6 from 2.5 seconds. Whoa. Okay, that's cool. But this is a shield system, so this isn't getting the 1 second cast. So DKs, so let me get this timeout. Every shield system is going to be put in play with a 1 second check system. I'll explain what the check system is. They didn't implement it. I will tell you why they went this way. But the DK damage reduction shield of Hardened Armor isn't going to see this? Okay, no comment. Moving on. Okay, Earth and Heart. Ash Cloud. Increase the healing done by approximately 50%. Cinderstorm. Increase the healing done by approximately 60%. Oh my god. Oh, DK healers got a buff. Oh, shit. Increase the initial damage done approximately by 15 and the damage over time by 70. Okay, that's cool. Molten Weapon. Igneous Weapon morph. Fix an issue where the morph did not improve as it ranked up. Yeah, Obsidian Shield. Wait, here we go again. Decrease the strength of the damage shield from this ability. Okay, decreased it. And it's morphed to 9% of your max health from 10. Only Sork and Light Armor got the 1 second shield charge change. Okay, that makes sense. Now that you said it like that. Because priority is between the triple shield effects of the Sork and the Light Armor. Because nobody else would have, except the DK. That's what I'm saying. The DK can apply a 3 shield system. So can Templars. But the effect probably doesn't take take hold until. That's probably why. Now that I think about it. I'll get into why they put the 1 second. We'll get into it. But I could probably see that. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Obsidian Shield, decrease the strength of the damage. Okay, so it got a slight 1% nerf. Nothing major. Fix an issue where recasting this morph would not fully refresh the damage shield value. That's what I want to see. It's shield bugs is why 1 second's being applied to certain effects. I'll get into that. For anybody who's been following me, we've been talking about spillover and bugged damage. This game had major... It's the only game that allowed shield stacking without what? Priority set. Right? No other game does it. For a goddamn good reason. Because you have to have priority. If not, damage just disappears. And I kept saying, it's a fucking exploit. And people are like, it's working as intended. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You probably were stacking CP a long time ago. Fucking average IQ morons. Heavy armor has a shield too, does it? Immovable doesn't count as a traditional shield. It doesn't actually... All it does is give a buff. It doesn't mitigate. It doesn't pop a thing around you. It applies further mitigation. So it doesn't count as a mitigatable shield. Yeah, it's a resistance buff. It's not a traditional shield. It's just applying a further mitigation to your stat pool. Right? So, no, it's not traditional shield. Even though it's under heavy armor shield, it's not a shield. It doesn't even proc, you know, the friggin' one set. All right. Oh, it's okay, man. Night Blades. Assassin's Blade increased the cost of the ability and its morph approximate by 30%. Okay. Is it going to stop blades? No, but it'll make them, you know, it's fine. It's just, it's putting Night Blades in a good, a more even setup. Piercing Mark, decrease the duration of the detection effect from effect to 5 seconds from 30. The duration of the major fracture and breach effect. What the fuck? What the fuck? So the only counterplay to cloaking, right, is going to be nerfed? Is that, well, am I reading this right? What the fuck? Decrease the duration of the detection effect to 5 seconds. From 30. 5 seconds. I get it. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I don't know, man. You could kill a blade in 5 seconds. Problem of it is they're fast as fuck. I don't know, man. I could see maybe 8 seconds. 5. Good blade can get away for 5 seconds. Apply to a mark and let it drop off. Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, I get 30. I'm not saying 30. They shouldn't have done it. I just don't know if 5 seconds is enough time for good blades. I don't know, man. That's a hard call. That's a hard one. I can't bitch about it, but it's like, I don't know, man. Grim Focus. Fully charged heavy attacks now grant 2 stacks towards the spectral bow proc for this ability. It's more... Son of a bitch. Do I light and get him down to hit him hard up front? Or do I get that extra stack? It seems they want more use of Fighter Guild and Mage Guild use of the same thing, right? It's pointless skill. It doesn't stack with the other resistance buffs. Yeah, but let's say you go with the meat. You can go medium jewelry, heavy, lose out on resistance from monster and other sets, and then use an item like that, right? The movability, and get the rest of your base stats up, just slotting it. That's the only reason it's good. And most of the time, Spartacus, you're right. Most of the time, nobody slots it. Majority of the time, nobody does. The only time you need that is literally by covering the distance. Yeah, I've used it. I have, to cover the distance of my build. If I'm using a build that, you know, I'm low in resistance. But most of the time, you're absolutely right. 100%. Most of the time, it's pointless. So, yeah. But it just covers the distance. That's all it does, depending on your configuration. So that's why you don't see it often. All right. Spectral Bow proc is no longer free. It makes sense. You did it with the DK. And costs half the amount of regular Grim Focus. Yeah, cool. All right. Fixed an issue where you could generate stacks towards the Spectral Bow procs through unintended means. Okay. Shadow. Consuming Darkness. Fixed an issue where the ability and its Bolstering Darkness morph did not improve as they rank up. Duration now improves every 0.5 seconds per rank. Path of Darkness. This ability no longer deals damage. It now grants major expedition to you and your allies on the path. We're buffing players with Nightblade PvP healers now are buffing players with speed buffs. Wow! For 2 seconds. Wow! Not only are you going to get a heal, I'm going to buff you with some speed. No. This morph now adds damage. Okay. Damage value is the same. Okay, cool. Refreshing Path. This morph now adds healing. Never did before? Is that what you're saying? Okay. The healing value is equal to the damage. I used it when I run on my other Templar on tank to get some of the other features it offers. Right. Yep. It's not used often, but yeah, it has function. I mean, it's rarely used. It's not very popular, but this change to Path of Darkness is aimed at helping each class bring something to the party. Yeah, I would say so. Hey, can I get a Nightblade healer while I'm PvPing now, please? Thank you. Fuck rabbits. Off my mount. Holy fuck. Siphoning, drain power. Power extraction morph. Increase the damage done by this morph by approximately 25%. Okay. Siphoning strikes. Fully charged heavy attacks now restores twice the amount of health and resources for the ability in its morphs. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Strife. Reduce the damage done by this ability by half. But it also heals for 50% of the damage. And can now target you or an ally. Total healing amount remains unchanged. Nightblade healers got a nerf? This isn't a nerf? What? Let's see it. For example, Swallow Soul. This morph now doubles the damage, but decreases the heal to 35% of the damage done and can only target you. The passive minor vitality effect has been removed. I'm cool with the minor vitality gone because they just bumped up the single target healing effect. Okay, Funnel Health. This morph will now always heal you in addition to an ally. So no longer am I using just Funnel Health to apply the hot. The hot is going to affect me and my ally. That's not a nerf. For Swallow Soul Morph, we wanted to retain the current functionality of dealing high damage while also providing healing utility to yourself. The amount of healing provided to the group with Strife was so high, right, that there wasn't enough trade-off with the morph choices. Of course there wasn't. Well, except Funnel Health. I mean, Funnel Health, you know, applied the effect, you know. Now you can, because people would just take, they wouldn't take Swallowed Soul, they just take the Strife. Now you can get that super powerful group utility as before, but it comes at a cost. I'm plotting this. This is where PvE, this is where you can tell a PvE dev said, hey man, this is good shit. Sorcerer. Dark magic, crystal shards, crystal fragments, morphs. The icon of your action bar now changes when you have an instant cast proc. Cool. Excellent. Instead of just looking at your hand, you can see the reflection, the indication on the bar. Cool. Fix an issue where using the instant cast proc would cause you to stop blocking. Yeah, because it was like the way the animation went and would prevent you from taking other actions. Right. Okay, makes sense. Dark Exchange. This ability and its morphs now restore half their resources immediately and the other half over fucking 20 seconds. I get it, but I'm not liking it. I understand this. I do. I agree, but I'm cringing at the same time because I'm a spammer. I'll admit this. Total resources restored has been increased by 2%. Thanks. The health restored remains unchanged. It's just to stop me spamming and other players from spamming. Okay. I agree. Yeah, the Templar one is cheaper, but it does not give what Immovable does in some places. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I got to look at it right. Yeah, knockback and disabling effects are immune. Yep. More block casting. Right. All right. This morph now also has a cost reduction bonus as its morph's effect. Right. Don't like it, but I agree with it. Or in prison. This ability is morph now stuns the target after 1.2 seconds. Okay. A new visual effect will display on the target to indicate this effect. The initial application of this effect cannot be dodged. But if the target is dodging after 1.2 seconds, they will avoid the stun. Increase the stun to 3 seconds from 2. I told you guys it should have been 3. There should be a baseline. And increase the damage done if the target fails to use break free before the stun approximately by 22%. So wait a minute. They finally addressed counterplay perfectly. This is a perfect example of proper counter. In every essence. It's the perfect example of how counterplay should be placed into an effect. Between the dodge and what's to come. Right? You don't dodge, you're going to get it. You dodge, you avoid it, but guess what? You're still going to get part of this applied. This is perfect. So this makes me question. You apply a perfect scenario to the counter. Why can't you do this in every scenario? Why did it have to get to this for you to do it? Why did it come to this for you to properly apply counter? This is perfect counterplay. This is what counterplay is. This is what we've been asking for as in PvP. Practical, applied, skilled counterplay. And it's perfect. This is absolutely perfect counter mechanics. Why did it take so long to listen? Just a thought. But it's perfect. I'm going to give them 100% on this change. Whoever implemented this change actually said, we have two different effects. We can apply the different counterplay to adjust both effects being addressed. Kudos. It pays. We wanted to clearly telegraph when this stun is coming since it doesn't use a projectile to indicate when it applies. You should now have some time to respond or prepare defensively. Absolutely. The game can do it, but you need to invest the time to do it. That's why I hit unsubscribe. It's like you need to address the counterplay. It's the Achilles heel of the game. PvE is not the issue. It's the fucking PvP. It's the broke ass shit. that needs addressed. And this is a clear indication that you can do it. You just need people to do it. Bravo. Okay. Daedric Summoning, Bound Armor. Increase the bonus to block mitigation granted by this ability and its morph to 36 from 20. Okay. Ooh, my Sork tank is going to like that. Boy, my Sork tank is going to like it a lot. Holy sheep. Conjure Ward. Okay, this is the debate. This is the big one. I will be breaking this down. Okay, this ability and its morph now have a 1 second cast time. Previously should be from instant cast. In an instant cast. Whatever. Increase the duration of the damage shield for Conjure Ward and Hardening Ward morphs to 9 seconds from 6 seconds. I'll get into that, but it's relative to the functionality of the shield system, but I'll break it down. Power Ward, increase the duration of the damage shield 14 to 9. Okay. So let's get into this. Okay. Shield system was broke in the game, right? Due to a secondary effect. So let's imagine I'm shield juggling, right? And when I'm shield juggling, I'm switching the bar to reapply what? The shield. So imagine I go Harden Ward and I go with my light armor, right? Just so I'll use 2 for an example. So I use, Healing Ward. So Hardening Ward and Healing Ward rotation, right? So I apply the Hardening Ward. Then secondary is the Healing Ward. Now, priority would say the last cast is the first to resolve, like Magic the Gathering. If anybody plays Magic the Gathering, how resolution happens off a stack, right? You place a card on the bottom, another card goes on top. The top card has to resolve before it can get to the bottom, right? The problem of this is when the damage applies to the secondary effect, the spillover is supposed to be applied to the secondary shield system, right? It goes over and onto the secondary shield. Problem with this was when reapplication was applied, it negated the damage to reapply it on the first top of the stack. It's like basically putting a double card in between where the middle card just keeps getting shuffled at the bottom. So damage will never spill over. It's lost. It was being lost due to priority of the stack configuration because we didn't have anything to dictate priority, right? It was lost. Damage is gone. We don't know where the fuck it went, right? It was an exploit all along. So Sorks have 3 shield systems, right? Every other Magic caster has 2. Base, potentially 3, depending. But resolution has to resolve. Okay? Plain and simple. By adding a 1 second cast time, what you're doing is always allowing priority to take precedence. So you can keep reapplying the shields because it only takes a second to do it. Right? But you have no cancellation between the swap now. So by doing that, the cancellation doesn't bug up the damage or the spillover will allow it to occur as it's intended. So it's always keeping priority in check. That's all this second does. You can't cancel it out. You can't bug it up. All it's allowed, 1 second isn't nothing. You push a button, release, you've just taken a second, right? Like point something seconds, like 0.5. So now you have another 0.5, it resolves. It's no biggie. All it does is say, hey, it's setting priority. Now we don't have to put the 1 second to the Healing Ward. We don't have to put a 1 second on this shield. We only have to make sure priority is precedent. So the spillover can occur. So damage isn't lost. That's all it does. It's all the 1 second is designed to do. Make priority precedent. To say, hey, we know it was bugged. We know it was fucked. We know people weren't dying because they weren't taking the damage they were supposed to. We know it. We know we have to do something. We'll add a second, and make the where they can't cancel the animation and it will allow priority to resolve properly. That's all it did. Will Sorks die? Yes. Should they die? Yes. If you were defending a shield stack that was broke and you're QQing about keeping a broke mechanic, then I don't know what the fuck what you thought was going to ever happen. It was broke always. Who kept telling god dang everybody what was going on? People would watch my stream and say, dude, you just took an entire thing to the face. You should have taken damage. I'm like, but I bugged it. And that's what a good shield juggler does. It was too consistently being bugged. And it's like, it's not skill. It's a fucking exploit. I think both changes are a little too much. And I hate shield stacking. I think either shields can be crit or have a cast time. Both seem overkill though. But here's the thing, Cal. If you take a look, they applied the resistance to the front of the shield to reduce. So what that allows to happen, the shield doesn't take, your impen is a reflection of critical value deduction from the shield system. So if you have, because Sorks weren't using impen. They weren't. They didn't need it. I'll just stack all damage. I don't need impen. I'm juggling shields. So all of a sudden, because they knew the shields wasn't taking critical damage. They didn't need it. They didn't need impen. Now it just puts them in check. It's just saying, hey, you need impen now. You need resistance. But don't worry, the resistance value is added to the shield system and not just directly to you. So that's why it was put in check. So it's not overkill. It's literally saying, hey, guess what? You're no longer unkillable. You do have to play positioning. You do have to be aware of when you're throwing your heals. Fair point, right. This is why anybody who's on a forum QQing are fucking idiots. I'm sorry. They can have 1,000 and 1,000 signs that shit. They're fucking dumb because they never fucking knew. They were fucking dumb to begin with. That was just stupid. So, right here, your spell and physical resistance now reduces incoming damage before it's applied to your damage shield. Before. Conjured Ward and Amulet are the strongest shields in the game compared to the DK and Templar unless you stack tons of health, where Sork and Light Armor was Magicka. Right. But the problem of it wasn't how strong a shield system was. That was never the issue. The issue was that it always was. It bugged. It always bugged. Always. Spillovers lost. Like, me and my dudes, I'm like, just lost 3K damage gone. What happened to it? I don't know. It's gone. He just floated away. It's gone. I should have had 3K damage applied, after the effect. Where is it? It's gone. It's fairy fucking dust. It's fucking fairy dust. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm doing the math right here. There's no spillover. It's fucking gone. It's gone. It's totally toast. It's gone. That's what made him go. That was made fucking Light Armor gods. It was like, is this fucking real? There's no spillover occurring. And they're like, well, what do you think it is? I'm like, it's priority set. And they're like, you sure? I'm like, I've been doing this 21 years. I can tell you for a fact what's happening. The priority set. It's like Magic the Gathering. That's how I always illustrate it. I'm like, it's Magic the Gathering. You put a card down. A card goes on top. It has to resolve from the last applied effect for the first one to be resolved. But when you apply the secondary effect, it overrides. So priority is lost between the exchange. So spillover that's happening to the secondary shield is being reset. It's being reset every time. It's just resetting the modifier to take no damage. That's what was happening, man. Sorry. I'm sorry. It was broke. It's always been broke. And that's when you can tell that players, especially QQing on forums if they are dumb. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was right. You were wrong. Not you guys specifically, but anybody who was defending it, once again, who was right. I've been doing this for 21 years. If I say it, it's not in vain. It's not taken lightly. I did this for companies. And companies really valued my ass. Because I've been doing it. If I tell you, it's whatever. They just liked being OP as fuck, especially in BGs. Right. But they didn't know. Like A-Bomb didn't know. He honestly thought, well, it's because of no critical damage being applied. No, it's not just it. It's part of the problem, maybe part of it. I don't think the critical value is going to be as much. It's just to help get through the shield system is what the critical damage is going to do. But to address that issue, they said, okay, well, since we're allowing that to happen, we're going to also apply the resistance to the shield system. Well, not directly to the shield system, but to you up front. So even if it goes through, it's like deep. You can have it, honey. It's basically saying, okay, hey, we'll allow the resistance to be effective up front. Okay, so I mean, people can QQ about it, but honestly, you had to address it. Is that really nerfing Smag Sorks? No. Is it affecting their damage output? Absolutely not. You're a glass cannon. Suck it up, Buttercup. Suck it up, Buttercup. The only game I know that fucking glass cannon running around, and they're not glass, they're cement cannons. They're fucking concrete cannons. The only fucking game I know. Not glass, it wasn't fucking glass. Purple Slushy named his Sork God. Yeah! Yeah, they are damn near unkillable. That's why the forums are salty as fuck right now. Yeah, because they're fucking idiots. Sorks are killable now. Saw a Sork take on 12 players with no loss. Right! That should never happen. It should have never happened. But they didn't think it was bugged. That's a funny thing. They literally thought it was like, oh, look, I got skill. No, you don't. You never did. You never fucking did. You never did. You just knew how to bug up the fucking game. Congratulations. Congratulations. Fucking idiot. Skill. No, it wasn't. No, you weren't skilled. And if you don't know how to play another class besides a Sork, okay, I feel bad for your dumb ass. Because now you have to learn how to play. Learn how to play. And I've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. Have I been shield stacking? Absolutely not. Do I have survivability? Yes. But do I die? Yes, I can. Learn how to play. That's my advice. We wanted to clearly telegraph when the stun was coming. Oh, no. Hardening ward. Okay, so we got through that. Daedric Curse. Now, when what's his little bitch ass name comes and like shields are fine, I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah, I was wrong. Not. Fucking not. Like I said, they'll all bend to my fucking say sooner or later. The content creators. Content creators want to talk shit about me, but sooner or later, guess what they do? They do what I say. They end up converting to do what I say. They can have 40,000, 50,000 subs. Guess what? Sooner or later, they know where they go. Daedric Prey. Decrease the cost of this morph by approximately 20%. Okay, that's cool. Summon Unstable Familiar. Decrease the cost of the special attack from this ability in the Volatile Familiar morph by approximately 15%. Summon Unstable Clan Fear morph. Decrease the cost of the special attack from this morph by 33%. That's badass! I see a lot of hate mail being sent when people play after this update. Yeah. But it's the fix. It's to fix it. It's just to set priority. A second is nothing. If they really wanted to like whatever to nerf Sorks, they would have said, okay, we're putting a 2-second. And then players should have been like, oh fuck. But 1 second, it's irrelevant. It's all it's doing is making sure priorities always precedent. That's all it does. Sure, they're gonna die. There are gonna be Sorks that are dying. But guess what? That's supposed to fucking happen. You're not supposed to be able to bug up the fucking game. Okay? You're not supposed to be able to. Get the fuck over it, you little bitches, is what I would tell them. You've been fucking bugging up shit. Learn how to play. I'll be fine. I've been running Sork without shield stack. I'm good. I'll still be nuking motherfuckers. That's a whole different issue. They're going to be taking it a little light. Sorks need to be put a little in check. They need burst damage, but it doesn't need 33% though cost cut. That's pretty good. Summon Twilight Tormentor. Decrease the cost of the special attack by the morph by 15. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's nice. I like this one, but then this should be falling in line. I don't know. Damage, because this deals more damage. I don't know about that. Mage's Fury. Fix an issue where the ability could not be cast on corpses. Fucking okay. Fix an issue where the execute explosion would sometimes not trigger correctly when the target fell below 20% health. Okay, I can see that. Fix an issue where casting this ability would aggro monsters before actually dealing the damage. Fixed an issue where you could cast the ability on a target you do not have line of sight on. Yeah. Fix an issue where the ability was not counting towards the expert mage passive. Well, whatever. Overload. Now, this is a lot of changes on Overload. The ability in its morph no longer grants a third ability bar when toggled on. Oh, I'm so sad. That sort of sucks. I get it, but hey, I agree the game should be skill-based, not glitch. Yeah, I know what you meant. Not glitch, yeah. Yeah, it should be glitch. It should be skill-based. It was glitched. It was bugged. It was fucked. That's all it was. I said it all along. People come in and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, sure I don't. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I've had the top industry people, devs, some of them just email me, hey, Mystic, we're working on a project. Please help us. Sure. What would I know about gaming? Nah. Alright. Weapon abilities now can be used while in overload mode and no longer hidden. Okay. That's a good trade-off. That's a pretty decent trade-off. I mean, it sucks that you can't, like, you know, put another stack ability you typically wouldn't use to gain. But, you know, hey, that's a good trade-off. You can no longer generate any ultimate when this ability is toggled on. Dude, I love that bug, actually. You used to be able to sustain this. I had a build where I would sustain ultimate, the ability longer because I was generating ultimate. Oh, fuck. Come on. Come on. You don't need to fix everything right away. Yeah, but okay. Oh, it's legit. Sure. You can now toggle this on when you have 25% ultimate. Once again, they did a good job. They were saying, okay, you can no longer generate it, but we're going to reduce the cost. Okay, fair enough. Light and heavy attacks are now off the global cooldown and can be woven with other abilities. This is the big one. This is where power overload weave builds will dominate in PvE and PvP. This will affect both aspects of gameplay. This is huge. As long as the targeting is fixed. Because targeting can be glitched with the PO. Right? So, just a heads up. Decrease the damage of light attacks by approximately 50%. Fucking dude. Seriously? Oh, son of a bitch. But increase the damage of heavy attacks by 60. Losing that OL bar. No reason for Stam Sorks to use OL now. Only reason to use it was for the utility. Right. I don't know. I had like this power overload finishing because I would proc the passive on the Stam Sork. You know, for the execution. So instead of Fury, I would hit them with a fucking overload. And they take that fucking passive and proc it and boom. Yeah. You can do that on a Stam Sork. Like, you can proc it. It's stupid, but it works. Power overload morph. This morph now specifies the bonus range and radius for light and heavy attacks. Okay. Alright. We want sorcerers to feel like they have access to their full arsenal while in overload mode. This ability is updated to better integrate with other abilities. As soon as you overload light attack, you cast an ability just like light. Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah, as long as the targeting doesn't glitch with the overload. That's the only problem. I like all the changes. Little couple of them sadden me, but hey, I think skill-wise it'll be really nice. Overload ulti should never have a skill bar. The light attacks hit hard as fuck, but they just nerfed the light attacks. They just nerfed my entire build, my Somerset build for Sork. It just fucked me, man. I was hitting 60k overloads. Now they just fucking took it and fucking pissed it down the toilet. Fuck, now I have to come out with a new sorcerer build. Bastards. Okay, Adric Spear. Piercing Javelin, Binding Javelin morph. This morph now knocks the enemy down instead of knocking them back. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, that's bad. I'd rather be knocked back than knocked down. Getting knocked down means, guess what? Lights out, bitch. Yeah, look, this change was made to help ensure stamina melee builds. You think? That's a KO. Are able to continue hitting their targets after activating. Yeah. Ranged stamina builds still have access to knockback with scatter shot. Yeah. Ooh. KO. Puncturing strikes. Increase the damage. No, you know what? Who's going to love this? Dove. Dove's probably going to be jumping up and down. Increase the damage dealt to the closest target by approximately 8% for this ability against morphs. Dove's going to like that. 8%. He'll be like, is it enough, though? While channeling the ability in its morph, your character will now always orient the direction of the area of effect towards your rectile. This also allows you to turn and damage enemies with these abilities while you are rooted. Cool. Excellent. I like that. Cool. I don't need the spoiler. Radical Sweep. Empowering Sweep. The morph now deals physical damage instead of magicka. Okay. And now grants major protection for 6 seconds plus 1 second for each target hit. Nice. Okay. I'm cool with this. This is awesome because we still have the Crescent. Deals magicka instead of physical. So they just swapped it. All right. Their spoiler, as stamina builds already have a bursty option with Dawnbreaker, we wanted Magicka Templars to have access to a similar option with Crescent Sweep. This also expands the option for Stamina Templars to have more defensive ultimate. Nice! No, I like it. It's good. This is actually good PvP implement. This was based on PvP access. Nice. No, cool. That's good. Spear Shards. Increase the damage done by this ability in Luminous Shards by 67%. Okay, someone did good when they took the first hit. After the second is when they got high as fuck. Dove was giddy at a shit in King's stream last night. You're absolutely right. He excited as fuck, no doubt. Oh, did he do it? Did he go over this? I can imagine Dove just fucking being like, yeah, boy. I can hear Dove. I can hear it. Oh, I haven't seen it, but I bet. I knew Dove would be. Dove would be like, you're all fucked. I'm taking this ulti, and I'm now going to fuck your ass up. Because now he has a knockdown. And now, watch what Dove does with his Stam Blade. Yeah, it's going to get really bad. And he's on EP, so yeah. Oh, dude, he's going to wreck. He's going to wreck. This I don't agree with. This was stupid. Fucking nothing was wrong with Spear Shards damage. Like, really? What? You're giving it what? I hope this was a PvE thing, because PvP, OP as fuck. You better never stand in front of a fucking Spear Shard this update. Just stupid. Increase the damage from this ability approximately by 60%. Sure, why not? Spear Wall. This ability now grants minor protection for 1.53 seconds after activating an Adric Spear ability. Okay, so I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. Because the fact of it is, Templar tank. This whole thing is set for the Templar tanks. I love it. My beastly Templar just got buffed. You think a knockdown with 8%? talking about collecting hairlines and forcing ends. This is stupid. This is dumb. Like, seriously? Like, the Spear Wolf? Like, no, man. Templar tanks are a bitch. I'd rather be in front of a DK tank 9 out of 10 times versus a fucking good Templar tank. Templar tanks are gross. They need nerf, not buffed. They buffed fucking Templar tanks. It's like Paladin. Paladins will be fucking flying everywhere. God, son of a bitch. I don't want to read the spoiler. Let's read it. Fuck it. We wanted to retain the defensive flavor of this passive. Shut the fuck up. The previous version wasn't effective with puncturing strikes. Who gave a fuck? And focus charge because they can't be used while blocking. So, okay, so we're trying to make stamina players a little bit more versatile, but we didn't think about the Templar tank versions of this, obviously. Damage shield mitigation doesn't include blocks, so Sun Shield also wasn't useful previously with this skill. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Go stand players. So, by the way, tanks, you got a buff, and you know, just an accidental buff. No, sure. Why not? Blazing Shield. Fix an issue where casting this morph would aggro neutral monsters. Okay. Dawn's Wrath. Backlash. Increase the cost of this ability and its morphs approximately by 5%. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Radiant Destruction. Decrease the channel time for this ability and its morphs 1.8 to from 2.8. The damage done has decreased by approximately 15% and cost approximately by 35. The total damage per second and cost per second should remain relatively unchanged. All it does is put it in line for PvE, for a rotation. That's all that does. That's all this was meant to do. It puts it in line, unchanged, but it gives it, you know, the damage towards finishing phase. That's all it did. So it just put them a little bit in line for, you know, finishers. Okay. Restore of Aura, Repentance. Different Templars can now repent the same corpses. Holy fuck. Wow. Oof. Oh, yeah. Cyrodiil's going to be stamp heaven. Put a stamp on it. Rune Focus, son of a bitch. Reduce fucking Stamplar werewolves like Spartacus said. Oh, gross. I'm telling you, we're going to see Stamplars and Murkmire like we saw Zorks in our sets. You think? Oh, God. Reduce the cost. Not just Stamplars, but Templar tanks. You know? Temps or something. I don't know what we call them. Just call them Paladins. This morph now costs stamina and grants stamina to you every second. No longer gives minor vitality and minor protection. Okay, so there's a little nerf. There's your little nerf for the Templar tank. We buffed you guys, so we had to give some. We had to take something away. But don't worry, we helped you with a little bit of sustain. Sustain out the fucking days, depending on what set you're gonna use. But hey, whatever. I don't want. Yeah. Not really. They got nerfed a little. That right there. That's it. You put the set up. I'm telling you, Spartacus. I'm telling you. If I come out with a Templar tank, right, it's going to be a god. It's going to be god. They need to make blocks interruptible. That's all they need to do. Make them bashable. Cause an interrupt through block so you don't have perma blocking. Maybe that'll alleviate me a little bit. Animation companions. Advanced species. Increase the bonus to damage done for each animal companion ability slotted to 3% at rank 2, previous from 2. So, okay. So, got a little bit of a buff. Betting Etch. Increase the resource restored by this ability and its morphs by approximately 60%. Oh. Yeah, those sets with the skills changes. Yeah. Add those sets, man. That's a whole different ball game. It's a different beast. Fixed an issue where the beam visual effect would not display if you recast the ability or its morphs. Oh god, I see Warden buffs. Yeah, that's an understatement. Dive. Cutting Dive. This morph now also reduces the cost as its morph effects. That's Not really that much, but whatever. This morph no longer has a minimum range requirement to obtain the part of the 15% damage bonus. Every meter away, it's getting hot in here. Some sweat's coming off my brow. Falcon Swiftness fixed an issue where part of the visual effects from this ability and its morph were still visible to enemies even when you were hidden. Okay. Bird of Prey. The minor berserk buff is now granted at all times while slotted. Oh! Oh, help me, God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Wow. The separate predator. The minor evasion buff is now granted at all times. Yeah, because you fucked it. Shut the fuck up. Moving on. This morph now no longer grants. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Go, move. Feral Guardian. Decrease the damage done by the bear summon from this ability and its morphs approximately by 30%. Scorch. Reduce the cost of this ability and its morphs by approximately 25%. That's kind of cool with Scorch. Swarm. Increase the cost of the ability and its morphs by approximately 30%. I don't necessarily think this was appropriate. I would have gone 15. Swarm isn't PvE. You can't. I get why for the PvP aspect. I get why you have to do it. But for PvE, Swarm is part of the rotation and sustain. Even though Betty Niche, I don't know, man. Great, more birds of having vertebrae changes a lot. Yeah, berserk at all times. Oh, what the fuck? That's an understatement. Everyone, shut up. I have an erection. Right. Seriously, what? Woof. Green balance. Aturation. The minor toughness granted by this passive now applies even if the target was completely overhealed and its duration has been increased. 20 seconds? Doubled the duration of the toughness? Oh my god. We not only did we fix it, we gave it a fucking double the buff. You're fucking welcome. I want to read the spoiler. Fuck you. Nature's Grasp. This ability now can target your Feral Guardian and its morph. Yo, man. Yo, let me get... Fuck you. You ain't coming here. I'm coming to you, bitch. Fucking dumb pet. It's going over there. I'll chase it down. Winner's Embrace. Arctic Wind. That fucking AI in the pet is fucked anyways. So... they need to fix that AI. Try PvPing in Battlegrounds with that fucking bear. It'll deslot it quicker than shit. It doesn't know how to climb a flight of stairs and turn a corner for dog shit. It's even worse when it's trying to target something. It just starts getting glitched. Arctic Blast. This morph now fires a projectile that stuns the target in addition to healing you. Oh, shit. It requires an enemy target to cast the ability. This ability also no longer deals damage over time. Who gives a fuck? On your maximum health. Yeah, come here, motherfucker. Wait till you see Warhorn change and you will see why the Warden change happened, right? Holy fuck. Okay. Oh, real quick. I'll finish reading. Impaling Shards. Fix an issue where the visual effects of this ability and its morphs did not persist for the full duration of the effect. Okay. Really quick. Okay. Arctic Wind for Mag is going to be insanely awesome. It's going to be insanely awesome. Mag Warden is back. Mag Warden is back with a vengeance. Stam's still going to hit pretty good with these changes. Problem of it is Stam Warden still doesn't have what? A CC. So we gave the Mag its little thing. And can you use Arctic Blast for Stam? Yes, but it's not going to be as, as prominent, So Arctic Blast can go on a Stam, but it's not going to be as dominant. Other than that, the Wardens got really, really good, maybe too good of effects with the minor toughness. I like everything done with the Warden here, except I don't necessarily agree about doubling up with the minor toughness. It gives too much resistance between time for PvP. Now, PvE, you know, whatever. But PvE, it's always applied. You have almost 100% uptime almost. PvP, this becomes maybe a little bit scary. So if anything needs to be thrown down in future update for the balance change, it would have to come here. So just a heads up. Weapons, dual wield, blade cloak. This ability in its morph now grants minor evasion. Who gives a flying fuck? Yeah, fuck major evasion. So I don't give a shit. Arrow spray, bow, acid spray morph. Fixed an issue where the damage over time from this morph was breaking the invisibility of fucking shadow cloak. Are you fucking really kidding me? Fucking you're QQing about the damage over time pulling something out of cloak. Okay, I'm so fucking sorry, Blades. Oh my god. Scattered shot. Increase the range of this ability and its morph to 28 fucking meters? What? What? This range was increased to be more in line with other bow abilities? What? Scatter shot was a defensive tactic. Not supposed to be offensive with a heal. What are you fucking doing? Templar and Warden need major love. I can't be mad, right? But what the fuck? Hey, guess what? Scatter shot's no longer going to be a defensive aspect to the game. We're basically saying, fuck you. And we're going to give it a max range, or give it a double. We're going to pass double. We're almost going to triple this fucking range. So basically, everybody's getting hit. It's like, son of a bitch. I mean, I get it. But, holy shit, really? You're going to have scatter shot spammers left and fucking right. No, let me hit you with snipe. Now I'm going to scatter everybody, you know? It's like putting a machine gun on top of a bow. Yeah, it looks like a bow, but I'm actually firing rounds in your ass. Son of a bitch. Woo! Told you that arena bow is going to be... Whoa! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Oh shit! It's like, don't call it a bow, just call it machine gun. Fuck! Oh, son of a bitch. Oh god, help us all. PvE devs trying to come out with PvP. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Destruction staff. Impulse. Why not? We came out with a weapon and we're going to follow in line. Increase the damage done by this ability more by 25%. I give up. Light armor. This ability and its morphs now have 1 second cast time. Previous instant cast. Once again, we went over it. It was bugged. It was broke. It just put a scatter shot applies a blade. I know. That weapon's gonna be nuts, Sherman. You'll be seeing motherfuckers in there trying to get fucking perfect every day of the week. I don't want it. You can do what I like about it. It's like you can do normal and get it right. So they at least rewarded normal play, but now veteran play, right, is going to get a perk. Which I wish they would do that in regular Maelstrom and regular Dragonstar. But it's making those weapons, because of those secondary effects, it's making those weapons less praised. So, I was just going to say, right. No, it's serious. Even if you didn't get the extra stat. Yeah. Seriously, what the fuck? Once again, this just puts things in perspective and in line. It fixes the bug. Damage is going to be crazy in Murkmire. I don't want to think about PvP at the moment. Some things are going... I like some of the changes for PvP. They're trying. But once again, PvE is not looking at what the aftermath of what they're trying to do for PvE. They're like, we're gonna increase PvE, and it's going to be really good. And it's about more functional group play, and now PvP peers are like, okay, yeah, baby, give me the damage, give it to me. And, you know, you're gonna see stamina range builds just left and fucking right now. It's like, I don't need a melee attack. That fucking Sork's gonna nuke me. I'm just gonna fucking hinder his ass and just beat him down from range. Oh, boy, oy vey. They do need to do that in those arenas, I agree. Right. They need to come out with 2 versions. Make it a normal and then buff. Put the old ones in normal, right? And buff a perfect version. So now the existing ones get a different stat applied. Because those are vets. You can only get them in vets. So apply the ones that are currently in-game with a stat bonus. And make the existing stats a lower version, and now we can apply. It keeps value to them. That's all I'm saying. That's all it is. It just keeps value. Not that you need it, but it just keeps the value there for play. Okay. Evocation. This ability now increases your magic recovery by 2 and 4 per piece of light armor worn, in addition to reducing the cost of magical abilities by 1 to 2%. Rename this ability to Grace. The ability old effect. Okay. Agility. Increase the weapon damage bonus. Holy fuck! Wow! Son of a bitch! Boy, Dub probably about had an orgasm. His Stamplar got buffed. And then they just buffed up the damage modifier. Dub probably about creamed himself if he was streaming last night. I can see Dub like having orgasms during streams. Holy fuck. I feel they are trying to make PvP more fluid for combat instead of those long fights. Yeah. Werewolf. I read this last night and I wanted to puke. Devour. Different werewolves can now devour the same corpses. Whatever. Savage Strength. Fix an issue where the passive was not actually increasing your physical and spell resistance. Whatever. Werewolf Transformation. Fix an issue where the transformation from this ability as morphs was being removed from you if you zoned into a new area. Pack Leader. Fix an issue where the direwolves weren't attacking on heavy attacks. That's it. Werewolves are still OP as fuck. I should not be able to hit anybody with an ability for 8K, 8 to 9K. That shouldn't fucking happen. You know that it's true about Dub. The funny thing is, I watched Dub's streams. I didn't get to see it last night. I could see him being on his stream and being like, they're so fucking dead. My Stamplar's back. You all are going to get face raped. I can hear him. He's like, oh, see what I was saying about medium, not just dodge roll? Yeah, but the problem of it is I don't like the evasion change. They should reduce the cost. It's not fair. It's not. I'll be honest with that. The damage is great. But seriously, I do understand your point, though, Sherman. I mean, that has validity because for the trait, they're getting damaged. But once again, if they don't get on top of them in time, they're fucked. You'll need a gap closer. You'll need it. You better have a gap closer. You better have it. Silver Bolt, Silver Leash. Fixed an issue where you could not cast this morph while you were silenced. Imbue weapon, Sigil Order, decrease the cost of this ability and crushing weapon morphs by 5%. Elemental weapon, increase the cost of its morphs by 10%. Undaunted, Inner Fire. Inner Beast, fix an issue where you could not cast this morph while you were silenced. The Alliance War. Assault, Reach. This ability now only affects abilities that have 28-meter range or more previous than 15 meters. Okay, I'm cool with that. Warhorn. This ability and its morph no longer grant minor toughness. This change was made to give Wardens the ability to provide a unique buff. They could have put the minor toughness on the other morph. I understand it, but part of the problem with the game is accessibility to configurations. And you already have sets that apply to toughness, minor toughness. If I want minor toughness, I don't need a fucking Warden. I have sets that will provide it. So if you wanted to make this functional still, just put it to the opposite Warhorn. That's only going to affect PvP and not really affect PvE. So that makes Warden's PvE viable, right? And then unique, and at the same time give PvP altered application. My 2 cents. Just saying. Champion system, the apprentice, spell precision, decrease the spell critical chance, granted to 9 from 12. What the fuck? Give the werewolves their stun back. Shut up, Spartacus. Don't listen to this man. He's delusional. I love you, but you're delusional. At the time they're hitting, they already have 1 stun. You know, at the time, I say give them their stun back when they nerf them. I agree. Give them their stun back after you nerf their fucking little furry asses. Then you can give them their stun. And nerf their fucking little 6 target fucking roar or fear. Yep, now it's going to force Wardens in groups or attempt to. Not a good change. It's not. That's not a good change. That's not. I agree. This isn't a good change. It's dictating the format. It's not good. Diversity is this game's strength. And by doing this, you're taking out the diversity to have a dictating aspect to the game's layout. It's not good. It's not good in a game like this. It's not a good setup, in my opinion. Okay. The ritual, precise strikes increase the weapon critical chance. Granted to 9 from 12. Why do you keep What are you trying to do here? Why? These changes were made to keep damage and critical rates in line after the increased damage to minor prophecy and savagery. I get that, right? I do, but the chance, right, still has a diminishing effect. I mean, is it? It's almost negating the entire thing. I get. It's like saying, okay, hey, we don't want the critical chance to be so prominent, and I get that. But the diminishing effect after 60 is so dominant, anyways, and so prevailing, like it doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to sacrifice a base amount for that. The silence said it all. Yeah. Befoul, the shadow. Fix an issue where placing points in this champion ability was not updating the tooltip. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have some set changes and stuff. General Alliance War and PvP. The Bin River is now slightly wider in various locations, and safe shoreline has been removed due to the changes. Right. Crafters, take note. Many resources nodes have been moved. Okay. I don't know farm in Cyrodiil, but hey. Double the damage. Double the damage from slaughterfish. Nom nom. Yeah, I wonder why. Nom 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 nom. Lunar Fang docks now have a makeshift pontoon bridge which can be destroyed. Added the new tunnel south of Wainan Prior, which leads to Altamarian territory, and west of King's Crest, which leads to Daggerfall territory. Right, this isn't all an AD. I feel like this is benefiting AD more than anybody. But hey, that's my opinion. Added new fishing locations. Who gives a fuck? Moved to the book to Chalman Keep. Yeah, great. Itemization. Keep walls now have 410,000 HP when upgraded instead of 305. Milestones and bridges. Bridges are now slightly more elongated compared to their non-destructible cousin. No, keep them the same way and add the stun. Why can't I run around OP as fuck? No. Dude, we know what you're trying. They're already OP. They don't need to be gods. Stop it. Stop it. They need a nerf. Fucking shave those fucking bastards is what I have to say. Tired of fucking having dog hair down my throat after it pounces on my fucking ass. You're a bad friend. At least I'm real with you. That's why we like each other. We keep it real. Bridges are now slightly more, okay. Slightly adjusted terrain around all mile gates and bridges, blah, blah, blah. The following structures have been moved so to impact the siege weaponry is more accurate. Ash Mile Gate. So basically the mile gates that are in between can be destroyed, blocking the path. So that does work in favor. So it's not so bad. Because bridges are more down south and mile gates are between DC and EP. Okay. That's cool. Outpost. Added 3 new outposts to Cyrodiil. Winners reach Harlan's Outpost and Karmala's Outpost. These outposts have been added to the Keep Transit network via Dragonclaw. Siege damage will no longer critically hit against players. This applies to initial damage and secondary damaging effects. Okay, fair enough. Added Cyrodiil towns, Cropsford, Battlegrounds. Made several adjustments to Battleground matching in an effort to improve all over match quality and reduce egregious. I can't even pronounce that. I'm dyslexic at that with that word at this moment. Queue times. Everyone will now qualify for the daily Battleground rewards if there are 2 identical scores between 3 teams for the final score of a Battleground. Okay, that's cool. When there's tie, yeah, it's explaining it. Okay. Divine Guardian and Chaos Champion medals will now be awarded at a lower threshold. Brian, what's up? And Werewolf got the new set. If they block, get 3 to 40% light attacks. Right. No. Fucking gimmick fucking DLC is all it was. It was too much. It was too much. That was my breaking point. That was my breaking point, man. That was my breaking point. That's when I was like, fuck it. The forearms of female characters will no longer float. I mean, still, PvE, you're dealing 50 to 60,000 with no proper rotation, with a 3-hit rotation. Stupid. So fucking stupid. So fucking dumb. Some fixes. Combat and gameplay. Crafting. Crown. Some fixes. Books. Housings. Miscellaneous. Quest. I feel like that's it. UI. Siege items in your inventory will now display their current health. That's cool. This was a problem with PC more than console gamepad modes. Okay. Alright, that's it. Sorks got to be gods. No, I actually, there's a lot of things on here. About 90% of this will go through. Majority of this will go through. They'll adjust very minute things. As it stands, 90% stays. They really did think about it. I mean, and given the fact that as big of a DLC as it is, you can rest assured that majority of this will not be altered. So Sorks better get used to playing the game as it's intended. They'll still be strong as fuck. There's no nerf to Sork. It's just fixed it. There's no nerf. There was no nerf that really decimated a class. If anything, I feel Wardens and Templars got buffed the fucking back to put them more in line. Too much? Hard to say at this point. Stamplar is in full effect. Magplar, I think survivability for Magplar is apparent with the changes, which is what they were trying to go for. You know, giving it like, well, not survivability, but giving it its altered adjustment between Stam. I feel like they successfully did that. So, I mean, I honestly think majority of the changes were needed in both aspects to PvE, PvP. I felt like the minor toughness to the Warhorn should have been applied to an alternate morph versus entirety. That's my thing. The sets that are coming out, crafted sets are OP as fuck for tanks. It reintegrates the whole crafting tank setup. I don't know, man. I feel like it's favored too much for Templars at the moment in this upcoming DLC. This upcoming DLC really gives favorability to the Templar. All the new sets seem to be in a good place, and new PvP sets are awesome, but the new arena sets are a little OP. Right. Anyone want to keep their sanity? Stay off the forums. Just say. The forum players are dumb. They're fucking dumb. I haven't been there, and I saw a couple like titles, but honestly, I haven't been there because I knew that the dumb fucking idiots that are Sorks will be QQing because they want to justify a broken mechanic. That's all it was. Actually, I'm tempted to come back after this update because they're fixing it. Because I said when they fix it, I would. But I also said when they nerf werewolves in my defense. But they did address the major issue. It is bad when I want a Cyrodiil campaign that coop so I can PvE in there. My main is a Templar. Oh, stop. Are you really, Sherman? Well, you're going to have fun. It's set up. I mean, tank, in every aspect of the Templar, I feel it's a good way. It's a good change. Templar changes are prominent. And it's good. Nerf good. Except Templar tanks. Can we please nerf Templar tanks? God fuck. They don't need a buff. I understand the Stamplar needed a buff. I understand Magplar needed a buff. The healer got its love during Somerset. But for God fucking sake, nerf the fucking tanks. They shouldn't have that much mitigation on top of everything. I'm not saying get rid of the mitigating for the Templar tanks, but god dang. I hate how they killed my Gangsork with 50% nerf to overload light attacks. I know, right? Son of a bitch. It's a dumpster fire right now, is it? Did any of them know? Was there any one person on there, though, who said, hey, we're doing this because it was broke? You know, the devs would have actually been smart to say it, just admitted why they did it. They should have said on the patch notes, we fixed the fucking broke issue. It should have just put in a spoiler. It's been broke. We're sorry. We finally fixed it. Hence, if they would have put that, or if they at least say that, it would actually shut up these QQ fucking Sorks. If they say it and admit it, then they're extinguishing the fire, the flames. Because these flames are not justified. They're not. They're not justified. All they have to do is say, hey, It was fucked. The nerf to Warhorn made Warrior Poet viable now, right? Because there is Warrior Poet, right? Absolutely. And I feel like the one aspect to that was like I would have rather seen it on the optional morph. But that's my opinion. I can't hate it either way, but I hate the dictation. You know, I mean, is it a necessity? Not really. It's just it just has its perk, but still, hey, whatever. I mean, where's my unique buff as a Nightblade healer? Where's my unique buff? Where's my unique buff as a Sork healer? I'm just saying, man. You know? I mean, I guess it's Sork, you could say it's the minor. So I guess. Yeah, I guess. The minor buffs. I guess. Yeah. I hate to say it, Zoss is right. Because everybody has it. So yeah. I actually can't hate it. They're right. Not often do I say it, but they're right. They are. They are. Kudos. So, hey. But yeah, if I can't post on the forums anyways. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Make a video going over the idiotic Sorks, and we'll review some videos and see if people are posting QQ videos, and we'll make it a fun day of just making fun of morons. Sounds like a plan, right? Sounds like a good day to me. Hey, let's read some of these idiotic comments justifying their I will ask them. You know, I can't post on it, but we'll just be like, hey, why do you feel like a broke mechanic should be still in play? Fucking idiots. Zaw should just admit it. If they just admit it, they put out the flames. Guess what, guys? It was broke. We didn't want to admit we fucked up for 4 years, but truth of it is we did. And then every Sork would be like, oh, fuck. I wasn't skilled. I'm sorry. No, you weren't. That sucks. You can see him getting all depressed and some shit. I mean, hey, whatever. You actually thought you were skilled on a Sork? You won't have to look too hard. I know. Right. They're idiots. They're fucking morons. It's called average IQ or lack of. It's like, are you fucking stupid? Don't answer the question, obviously, when you thought it was skill. Oh, dum 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 dum. Outcast just put up a video. Did Zoss just delete Sorks? No way! Shut up! No, he did not. You're fucking with me, right? Please tell me he didn't give me this candy. We're doing this tomorrow. It's a set deal. It's a deal. You're fucking kidding me, right? You did not just tell me that Outcast made himself look like a fucking moron to thousands of players, and I get to roast it for it. Are you telling me this is actually going to happen? Oh my God, Outcast. You had better not sound like a fucking idiot on this, because if you did, I'm going to get... it's going to be a payday for me. This will be the biggest payday of my life. If fucking Outcast put out a video where he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Nothing new, I promise you. But, oh God, yes. Yes. Woohoo. Oh, Outcast. Oh, boy, baby. Tomorrow, I'm going to review this, and I promise you, oh my God, if he talks about the shield system and he didn't have a clue, he will be roasted like no other. I will spare no expense roasting his dumb ass. I've done it before. We all know I have. But I will promise you, I will spare no expense on any moron who did not know. And Outcast will feel the full wrath coming down on his dumb-ass skull, who he claims he's so fucking good. I promise you, I will spare him no mercy. Oh my God. And I will get to flame Zoss in the process because they support Outcast on the stream team. Ching fucking ching. Woo! Payday for Mystic. Go, go. Go, go, Gadget Mystic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's up? And by the way, I want to say it for the record. Yeah, motherfucking haters, I'm right. I'm right. You can try to fight, but I knock out your lights. Why? Because Mystic was right. Right. Watch all of it first before you bite. I know. I will. Believe you in me. But he better know. Because if he doesn't, and he says one fucking thing that he didn't know about the shield system, it's open season. All I have to have is one piece of stupidity in a shield stated comment, and then I get to open season on his ass. I mean, if it's about the overload, I mean, I get that. He's not the sort class rep, is he? I would hope not. He would probably have to be another class rep. If he's the sort class rep, he's fucked. You better not be the sort class rep. He'd be fucked. Make him look really fucking stupid. Don't do that. I'm just going to look for the shield system. If he says anything about... I mean, overload and everything else is debatable about all that shit. But if it's something about the shield system, well, he just dug his own grave and didn't even know it. He dug his own fucking grave and didn't know it. Because I've been telling people. I'm like, it's broke. It's fucking broke. Don't tell me. I know. They rep all. Really? I thought they were individual, assigned. Like there was individually assigned class reps. Might be wrong. Yeah, no, he better pray. The video better not have something about the shield system. Because I'll bite on it. I'll exercise the fuck out of him. We'll go Eminem style with the MGK. I got the kill shot. Are not set to a certain class, but all together. Got you. Yeah. You better know what the fuck he's talking about. You don't put out shit like that, man. When they applied an effect with a 1 second, you have to ask yourself, the one thing that you should, even if you don't know, you have to ask yourself, why only 1 second? That should have been the question. Why only 1 second? Because 1 second doesn't do anything because they added the duration, right, to the PvE, right? That's what they did. It was like, so it doesn't affect PvE. It doesn't compromise the PvE aspect of the game, right? It doesn't. Because the secondary other effects of the shield, it's like nobody shield stacks PvE. Nobody shield stacks PvE. So by applying the 1 second but adding the duration to the effect, it's like, hey man, we checked our balances. Everything's straight. So the only thing it directly affects is what? PvP bug up to the overflow for resolution. So you better know. But once again, what do I expect? I don't expect shit. The motherfucker used to stack CP, claimed he knew math. He used to say the word best in slot. I mean, what do I expect from a moron? Nothing. He's a fucking idiot. When's the last time you seen this dumb fuck actually play these builds he comes out with? When's the last time you seen him on a Nightblade healer? I'll answer it. Not fucking ever. When's the last time you seen him, on a Warden tank? I've seen him on a Sork tank one time. That's about it. Trying it out. When's the last time you've seen him on a Sork Healer or, whatever? He plays DPS. Now, his recovery and his rotations, flawless. He's probably one of the best recovery players I've ever seen. But doesn't necessarily mean you know what the fuck you're talking about all the time. When he was still using trial sets, when willpower and agility was performing at a higher rate, who's the one that told everybody, don't use a 3-piece trial set? That was me. I'm like, you're better off with agility or willpower at this point because of the buff changes. Yeah, just watch it, definitely. I'm tired of proving them wrong. I'm tired of it. Whatever. They knew their math, but they say every time I've proven them wrong. But shit, whatever. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get this one going. I'm going to wrap it up. But hey, what's up? We'll see. I'll watch it. We'll watch it. We'll see, man. If he says anything about shield system, start preparing his eulogy, boys and girls. Not saying his content won't stop, but he'll need a scroll of resurrection after. All right, man. I'm out. I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystics MMOs. Thank you guys for watching. And once again, and always, have a nice day.